Why, hello, and welcome back. I don't know, Alvaro, this is your channel. You do the fucking intro. You do the intro. Well, there it is. He said the same exact words, and he tore his microphone stand off of his desk. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you a story. Alvaro, he's bought 2 microphone stands that have both broken in the exact same way. This is now his 3rd one. You know what he said to me? He said, I got a more expensive one so that it wouldn't break anymore. This guy, when he adjusts the microphones, he just rips it right off. You know what that tells me? He is just the strongest Dota 2 caster that has ever existed. Black, careful, man. If you see this guy at LAN, he's jacked. He's huge.
And what's a cash that could participate in this for good measure? I don't know. Could Cap be announcer? I would like Cap to be the announcer if that's possible. If we're dreaming here.
Radiant team.
Maybe T-Gov can be my coach.
T-Gov as coach. You love it. Uh-oh. Hold on. Give me a second. Microphone machine broke. That's okay. Luckily, I think it was me. It was me they couldn't hear. Hold on, let me... yeah, you know. Where the hell? There you are. Cut. I don't understand. OBS, I swear, it's changed. I've added your audio 3 times. No, I know they can't hear you. Give me a second. There he is. Now they can hear you.
Hey, guys.
All right, we'll just restart the show real quick. Hold on, give me a second.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, hello, welcome back.
5 seconds
Alvaro, you do
remaining.
the intro. It's your channel. There it is.
Welcome, CIS Dota, VP.P Gaming. This is Dota 2, folks and gentlemen.
This is Dota 2, and we have a draft underway. Let's take a look.
Yeah. The Prodigy running... I mean, I like the troll strats back in the day. I don't know. I'm assuming that Xani coming to this team is an upgrade for him, as far as he's concerned. So
Right. Because who did they have before this?
Celebrity.
For VP.P?
Radiant
And then
team
Force
back.
Major. Oh, sorry, no, Celebrity was still the 3. One of because they lost Force Major and they lost their carry. Fuck, I forgot who the carry was. Force Major was their 5, and they replaced him with Misha, and then they lost
They lost Noticed.
Noticed. That's it. That's the one. Yeah, thank you.
10
And
seconds.
Also, a
remaining.
very avid pro
NDSA,
player,
right?
though.
Because Illusion, I think, is... No, Illusion was
5
always here.
seconds
But
remaining.
DSA is also... Maybe he was just inactive on the roster. I seem to remember DSA being on this one.
No, DSA was you mean DSA, right? Not TSA.
DSA, yeah.
Wasn't
D.
DSA
Dire
standing
team
for
pick.
Hustlers?
DSA as in... Doggy.
I understood you. Wasn't that a stand-in for Hustlers, though?
No, he was the position 5.
So they lost
Radiant
Force Major. Oh, so they
team
lost
pick.
most of the team.
Force Major was their 4. DSA was their 5. Noticed was their carry.
Wow. Okay, so they lost the majority of the team.
And
Then
now
then
Misha is
it makes
joining
sense
them.
when they're not playing at the same
on
level
Team
as we've
Spirit.
seen them before, right?
Yeah, I assume there's a lot of meshing, especially when you change your captain. I think you're going to have a lot of different,
10
calls
seconds
going on, especially
remaining.
because the mid laner is still the same. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know the dynamic of the team,
5
to be honest.
seconds
It
remaining.
really depends on how they play together and
mean-
who is their IGL and stuff like that.
I get what they kept Celebrity
Choose your
for
hero.
sure because he's very solid. But I'm surprised they only kept a Laurel from the rest of the team. Not against Laurel because I thought that particularly Force Major was quite a solid player as well. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised this were the changes, but also of course internal issues might also add to this. Oh, I'm actually gonna run an ABBA IO draft. It's like watching Puck Champ again, huh?
It is like watching PogChamp, and I'm surprised that this went through. Normally, I wasn't really paying much attention to the draft, but normally you ban out a lot of the IO partners just to be safe for how viable it really is these days. I would say like carry IO is much more legit than IO and Gyro is these days, as in IO is the 5 and Gyro is the carry.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Ion Gyro is not that great, but I do find like I'd rather have Alk and Gyro these days, honestly, than Io Gyro. But I find that Naive hasn't played, like, if you look at his stats, he hasn't played IO carry in that long. He just used to play it, but it's not like a common pick, much like Krelat, so it's possible I just slipped your mind when you were drafting. And I think it makes sense, right? You see a DP, a Storm Spirit, you think DP is for sure the 5. And you're probably running IO Tusk here as well. Actually, that might have been what you were thinking as well. You don't think about the Abaddon. And you think that maybe like DP IO or DP Tusk, sorry, IO Tusk is the 2 combos. And if you think IO's core, that's like whatever, you already got the combo in the lane, which is already pretty strong. But now you have the
Honestly,
IO Abaddon, which I think is stronger than Tusk. And then you also have...
Yeah, it's
DP
kind of
Tusk.
crazy because they let all of them through, right? Not only do you let IO DP through, but you also let IO Tusk and IO Abba in. I mean, you might as well let all of them in, right?
Well, yeah, but I feel like it's because of how it was drafted, right? If you draft Tusk first, not considering IO, then when they draft IO, like, okay, you already have a partner. It's either Tusk or DP. And then they draft the Abaddon, and you go, what the fuck? Okay, fine. I guess we just got, baited completely. But I
Yeah,
don't feel like it was...
that's what I'm saying. Is once you at least see the one, you're like, well, that's it. That's as many as they're gonna get.
Exactly.
And then they
This
draft
is an
another
interesting
one.
idea.
And then they
I
draft
do
another
agree
one.
with them, though, that Abaddon IO is stronger than Tusk IO in the lane. Because Tusk is good in any lane, and then IO plus Abaddon is a better lane on solo. I kind of like their draft more, to be honest. I think their draft is more solid. I don't mind VPP's draft in general. I think it's an okay draft, but it's just okay. It's a bunch of good heroes, but I do like V Gaming's idea of the super global lineup, decent push, good lanes as well.
The only issue I could see with it is if this Quap somehow beats Orchid to the... Or sorry, if this Quap beats Storm to the Orchid, then I foresee some issues potentially here for V Gaming, because they're both kind of snowbally heroes. And we got pretty good pickoff for VPP here. A strong pickoff as well for really both sides, but I think the Orchid's going to be the first major point of inflection for these mid laners, because they both kind of want to do the same thing. Bald Quap, by the way. They just want to get their first item, Orchid probably, and kill the other one, and then look to rotate to other lanes and try and facilitate the game from there.
I mean, no, in the case of, like, this matchup is very well known, but, like, they're not looking to Orchid and then rotate. They usually rotate to get that Orchid, and then that's when they start ganking each other, or the game starts to change. And it's always a game of chicken of, if you think the Quap is more farm than you, if you think the Storm is more farm than you, who's going to commit to the Yule Scepter first, because they're both good Yule Scepter users. But in this, that's one of the disadvantages of Storm in this matchup. That Storm much rather go for BKB, like third item, and doesn't like going for Yules, whereas Quap is perfectly okay going for Yules. So if it's like Orchid at the same timing, you go for Yules, you have a little bit of like the next 10 minutes, you being stronger, and then as it goes to a late game, Storm becomes stronger than Quap. But that's what the IO and DP are there for, right? To mitigate the impact of the Quap in the mid game. I feel like it's a solid idea to deal with a Quap Storm matchup.
We'll
It's a very
see how it
classic
goes.
matchup. It's one of the few matchups that I've seen so often that I feel very confident in.
I'd be surprised if VPP lost this. This series, that is, of course, not just this game.
Yeah, me too.
Given that, of course, this is now the lower bracket, so if they lose here, they're going to be out of contention for Season 2.
Yeah, especially after so many changes, this must feel really bad for them. Right? Like these clearly is an investment for VP, but then what tournaments do you play in? Like I'm wondering what the contract might be. Is it going to be like, oh, you either make it to the Season 2 or you don't have our sponsorship anymore, right?
I don't know. Nah, not really. I'm sure there'll be, either way, win or lose, there'll be a VP CEO video in Russian that we can probably just hope for some subtitles to learn about what's really going on. It's usually how it works.
That would be nice. I'd be interested in seeing how their process worked, especially because I didn't see the announcement for these changes for VP. I'm assuming it's not that big a team, so that's why I didn't make one. But I'd be really interested in hearing their logic behind it.
Yeah, maybe it was on one of the telegrams or something like that, potentially. Again, I mean, I joke, I have to say this jokingly, but that's normally actually how these roster changes are announced.
He means Telegram, like the application, by the way, not Telegram. Like.
Yes, of course. Telegram's pretty well known, though. I would say Telegram, the app, is much more well known than Telegram, stop, blah, 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 that sort of stuff.
I don't know, man. When I was 5, and I used to communicate with my family. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know your Morse code?
I know my Morse code.
Huh?
Yeah?
You know what? You probably do for some reason.
No, I do not.
Really?
Actually, I thought it was a very useless form of communication. I don't understand what the Abaddon IO though he has no points in passive. This is a new one for me. I mean, it seems to defeat the purpose of the Abaddon IO. And the lane is going okay, but the Beastmaster also having a really good lane. And I get it, you're up against boards, so you're not gonna be able to hit him as much, but I still think you're okay. I see the point of getting the Miscoil. I don't see the point of getting the Aquatic Shield early. Because it's not like the IO is going to tank for you. You kind of want Abaddon to do that for you. And you want Abaddon to have Curse of Avernus for that very purpose. Not the biggest fan of this being played, actually. This might give the enemy team a fair amount of edge, especially because Quap tends to win the lane herself against a Storm. Right?
Yeah,
Usually you pick them out.
I wouldn't think this is necessarily a lane where you want to skip the curse either. If they're laning versus like a Solardar, I could see it, right? Because it's like, what's the point of silencing him? He's still going to bash me on every 4th hit. Kind of the same thing for a Monkey King even. But versus a Beastmaster, I figured this wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Especially early when the boars aren't that crazy. Like, he's not gone for the Axis build, obviously. He doesn't have a Coddle or anything. I don't know. Well, now
I'd say that actually in those lanes, Arrow's going to end the bottom lane, but they're also going for a bit of aggression top. No, big deal. Just a little kill in the bottom lane. DP Tusk, unfortunately, not much synergy to them. It's also DP against a troll. Like, you can play this lane as best as you can, but it's still going to be a very limited lane overall for you.
Wow, Arrow just got too aggressive down bottom.
Yep.
He did.
You can't get a kill on this lane unless the enemy team like makes a misstep here. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. I mean, I think that against Monkey King, maybe against Slaughter, not so much, because usually if Adam's Curse of Avernus is like top tier in terms of being able to trade, right? Because Slaughter gets 1 bash off it, but you get like a silence plus attack speed, so usually you end up beating him, especially with his support, which is one of the advantages of doing this. So that's why my justification for Beastmaster might be, oh, I'm scared of boars, but I just honestly don't understand. Like, why would you draft this then? You know, you shouldn't. If you really are that afraid of boars,
no, it was a last pick Abba. It was a last pick Abba. No, I agree with you.
So, I mean, if you want that, just go for the Enchantress or something, right? Like, if that's really a big deal for you. See, you get Curse there as opposed to the level 2. How much does the level 2 Aphotic Shield give you? It gives you 30 more max damage absorbed. Is that really valuable compared to the Curse, especially as a support? I don't know, man. I'm not liking this right now.
A 2-second less on the cooldown as well. It's more
True,
of a big deal.
but you know, still, and a bit more mana of cost. Of course,
but again, that's a big deal if you're laning against someone like a Venom, right?
Sure,
You need
yeah.
to
With the
dispel.
spell.
Radiant's
Yeah,
courier has
it's
been
again, I
killed.
don't really see the point this game, especially when you can just reapply Boar Slow immediately, pretty much, right? Especially with 2 boars.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I completely agree with you. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what they want to do because it seems like they want to. Maybe they just want to fight really, really early, and that's why they take early points in the Aphotic Shield. Maybe felt he's like, well, my Wisp is going to go into the jungle regardless early on. We don't really want to win the lane, but then I ask, why do you pick Wisp and Abba and
Right.
Tusk and DP? You know, you pick all 3 of the Wisp laning partner. Okay, but whatever. So the point still stands. They need someone to stand in front of towers and make sure that Beastmaster doesn't take, you know, all your towers for free,
Worthy
because
tribute.
Storm's not going to do it, right? And DP maybe can do it, but isn't really that good versus all the summons without committing Exo, of course, of the Beastmaster to stop a push. So someone needs to do it. So maybe that's why he's taking points in the Aphotic Shield, because eventually Wisp is going to max his spirits. He's going to go stack a bunch. He's going to get the Kobolds forming, and he's going to go, you know, fuck off into the jungle and not come back until he gets a couple of items, right?
Right. Okay, I agree.
maybe-
All this justification, I agree with. Only if he now takes the next point in Curse. If the next point goes
Okay.
to the Miscoil, I'm just going to assume he never played this matchup before, doesn't know how to use the Abaddon fight with the IO.
That's. I think.
Radiant
You know what? I think it's.
structures are
I think that's
fortified.
fair. I think that's.
I'm
fair.
giving you enough benefit of the doubt, Felt. All right, I think I'm giving you a bunch of it. Oh, actually,
he's
Felt
dead.
might just die. He's
He's
not even going to get level
level
4. He's a bit too weak, and they actually murder him thanks to the damage.
They're gonna get this
Boars
tower.
and
They need to bring
now
bodies.
the Necros, and Io almost fell as well.
Yeah, Dodrin was TPing with a DD rune active. Unfortunately, he decides against making that
Dire's
rotation,
top tower is under
and
attack.
they are going to get this tower legitimately. This tower is going down. Okay, now they're TPing the position for Rubik. Abba, oh sorry, that's Abba. There's no Rubik in this game. XD. Oh, there is, but he's already here. Yeah, they can't really TP DP. I'm surprised Tusk isn't making a rotation. Felt is just going to absorb experience, but they're going to lose this tower immediately with the first Met Wagon. That fortify is not going to be enough. They try for Quap in the mid lane in the meantime, but Laurel's a bit too fast on the blink out. And that's that one failed. Okay, Naive is back with Felt top lane now. Okay, they're not going to lose the tower. It will stay alive. But a very
He did not
rough
take the
start.
second point of Curse. I am angry with you. I am angry. He took the second point in Miscoil. I am done with this lane. We're never commenting it again. Absolutely done. I feel like this game is going to go much worse. I feel stupid for giving them the benefit of the doubt and distracted. I said it. You know, they might don't play IO as much as Puck Champ, and it shows. So, now let's see. Bottom lane, you have to mitigate some impact here, but DP's also struggling, so it's really just Storm, I guess, that has to carry you.
I really like. Do you see this new build that Arrow is going for? Speaking of the bottom lane, I think
What is this new build?
it's not really that new, but it's Orb of Corrosion into Falcon Blade for the double fluffy hat on
Dire
Tusk.
are scanning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did see this earlier.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
They saw it. It was popping up in Europe. I've seen it in NA pubs as well. So
Dyer's
it's
top
like
tower
this.
is
I
under
guess this was
attack.
probably some immortal
Scanning.
pub thing,
Dyer's
right?
top tower
But-
has
But you made a
fallen.
good point yesterday, though, about why go this over Medallion.
Did I? I don't
Like-
remember.
Yeah, you you said why go Falcon Blade over Medallion? Because I was justifying Falcon Blade is
Huh.
very useful for the particularly damage. Sorry, damage
fighting in the mid.
It's insane. Laurel. There's a ball lightning. They're gonna go for the easy target illusion. Okay. At least felt stealing a fair amount of damage in the miscoil. Snowball.
Yeah, we've got Blink.
Bring it to the Queen of Pain. The Oracle is in
Wave.
control. Actually, Queen of Pain doesn't have Sonic Wave though. She was preparing for this, but they do separate in time. Tag team not very well utilized, and that's Felt dying. Another point to be made, actually, tag team also combined with the curse. I think it's just Felt. I think it's just Felt's issue.
Yeah, because
Everything in this game has like a fair amount of synergy with curse. And he's just not using it.
That's why. Oh, hold on. Okay, they're gonna pick off Misha at the very least. So that's good. Misha's gonna know they've got a ward there now, so that's gonna get dewarded. But that should be fine because you've got a redundant ward in the mid lane anyway. Pardon me. So you can afford to let one go. That's why I clicked on Tusk in the first place, because I was like, okay, if Tusk isn't taking a bunch of points in tag team, maybe it makes sense because obviously he laned with the VP. Sonny might be dead down bottom. He's level 6. He's got the points saved. He's gonna now have to use it. Here's Laurel to show up. The snowball is gonna burn a lot of the time with this battle trance. Sonic Wave forces Dodrin back, and they're gonna give Sonny the kill onto Arrow. So nice job there. And I think now he's got full Orb of Corrosion here on the Tusk. It was on the way. He does so much damage with it. Yeah, I mean, I guess this game, I also wouldn't mind seeing the Medallion either, but it's really nice to have Falcon Blade because it is more mana regen. It's the extra damage, synergizes really, really nicely with tag team. And
Yeah, I would disagree. That was your point yesterday.
I know, but I don't know. Maybe this is the right build, so now I'm looking at it from
Helm,
the other side.
Primal Roar,
Dyer's
catching.
middle
You know it
tower
is the same
under
player
attack.
that built it both games, right?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No, I mean it's two different games, right? I mean, nice kill by Dodrin. He's playing nice and aggressive this game. I mean, he's playing it right on the edge, but he can definitely afford to do it this time around, given his support. Well, Wisp is not a support, but of course with relocate he kind of is, right?
You mean
And
the
speaking
Storm
of-
or the Tusk?
Tower is under attack.
Sorry?
You mean the Storm that is playing nice on edge?
The Storm is playing nice on the edge, yeah.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
there's
tower
been
Because
like-
Tusk is as well to some degree, but I agree, they have a lot of save in this game. They even take the haste rune away from the Queen of Pain. Not much damage though, but you have haste, so you should be fine. And there he goes, he activates it. Storm doesn't really need the haste as much. It's a decent rune for like farming and stuff, but it's not like you need to keep it for the right occasion like other cores need to do. And they do see the Beastmaster up top. I think this is an easy kill. Dotrin is running animation, quite funny, and he does find Celebrity. Beautiful shards, throws him in. That's a tag team as well, and Celebrity is down for the count.
That's a very major kill as well, actually. That's a huge kill. Because a big reason why you pick Beastmaster, especially against drafts like a core Wisp or really any carry that needs to farm the jungle for an extended period of time, is because he does exactly what he was doing. He sets up wards in the enemy jungle, he farms Necro Book 3, he denies basically access to your jungle, which at this stage of the game is the most efficient area for Wisp to be farming. They might even kill him now, it's just illusion here. But he does cancel the TP, and again, reducing the farm here of the Wisp. So a very good rotation out from the Storm Spirit to actually get that kill with the haste rune, because that's going to severely now hamper the way Beastmaster wants to play this game. He's now got to get another ward up. He doesn't have brown boots yet, so they can go for more of these kills onto him. Of course, Celebrity's still going to be playing in this fashion to create space for the Troll, create a little bit more space for Queen of Pain, who is still racing Storm to the Orchid. It looks like at this pace she's going to be beat to the Orchid, however. So another good sign here for V Gaming for sure.
Dire are scanning.
Wish fulfilled.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So they lose that top tier 1 tower pretty early on. Yeah, there they go again, right on the Celebrity. They know exactly how he wants to be playing. He was trying to play a little bit more cautiously. He let the wave push all the way basically up to the tier 2 tower. He wasn't into the enemy jungle or anything like that. But once again, they're going to throw down another ward. And if he tries that again, they'll just kill him as quickly. And in fact, I think this is Orchid on the way to Dodrin. Not yet. He needs a couple more CS and he'll have it. So this is great. Like this is a very promising start right now for V. Despite the Wisp kind of getting booted out of the jungle, he's already into the triangle. He's maxed spirits. He's got, I think, yeah, he's got a Centaur Conqueror, and he's farming a stack of Ancients here already. So nice job. VP.P, I think they're going to have to look to apply some pressure elsewhere on the map. You could see they're really trying for mid now, but V Gaming respond with just 2 supports chilling mid lane. Storm's nearly done with his Orchid. He has it now after this camp, and they might just fight for mid here.
1 second.
Yeah. This is going to be huge. We'll see. This is a really big turning point, unironically. We'll see how this can go. If VP.P still win this fight, ooh, Necro 3 is a really nice. They already cut the ward, so I think V Gaming are going to be a little bit less confident in fighting here. Arrow scouted by the Hawk currently. They see Destroyed. He's parking himself up front. He's gone for the Hood of Defiance, so he is a bit tanky, but we've got a nice mix of physical and magic damage for him. And there they go. We have Orchid. They're going to head up and hit the Orchid for Laurel, but he had an Illusion Rune bottle, so they're just immediately fighting. They turn onto the Storm now with the Roar. Sonic Wave, but the Aphotic Shield keeps Dodrin alive. Still, 2 VP supports have gone down. Now Destroyed could be next. Didn't actually use the Exo there. They just ran right at him. And the Storm surviving on a sliver of HP. Well played.
Really, this is the kind of jab that Dodrin can take huge advantage of, right? Like with his extreme aggression sometimes. I feel like the Abaddon Wisp is very solid. As we said, Wisp is not quite a support, but Connect is one this game. And particularly, I think the best Wisps we've seen are the ones that combine with the mid towards the mid game, where you both are like huge damage dealers. You just have 2 cores running at you perpetually. So I like this. I think this is a good draft, well suited for Dodrin in that sense, right? Abaddon is also a lot of save, and so is the Tusk to some degree with the Snowball. So I like that in general.
Yeah,
VP Prodigy.
I will say, I think that was a slight misplay. I think what they should have tried to do, unfortunately, they still lose the tower. I think Destroyed, because he's got the point in silence, he should have just silenced the DP to force her to use that Illusion Rune and then use Zip Storm in.
Right?
Sorry?
You mean the Quap, silence the Quap?
Yeah. Sorry, did I say DP silences the DP?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to silence it because Dodrin jumps in before DP can cast it, and Quap's just like, oh, Illusion Rune's sick. You know, and that's Orchid reveal kind of. I mean, it's still fine. You get 2 support kills, right? It's better than nothing. You don't lose the Storm. They still use their ultis. But
you need to exchange this for a tower now, honestly, because the Beastmaster already took the top tier 1, right? He's going bottom as well, and Celebrity can really push any lane on his own. So you need to kind of commit to this. Well, that the Curse of Avernus is way more difficult. Exo level 1 is just okay for pushing towers. It'll do a bit more than half HP here if you defend it. Oh, and a Snowball. They go for the Queen of Pain, trying to kill her off. Dodrin silenced last second, and that punishes him. Dodrin will fall. Arrow in his own position, also dying. Felt has been found in the backlines. He doesn't borrow time, so they're not going to chase after him. Pointless anyway. That's a wasted exorcism. I even came in, I believe, with a relocate, yeah? Even used that there, and they failed to save Storm and Tusk. That silence last second on the Storm was crucial. Well played, Laurel.
Yeah, we need to have Felt there. Felt needs to be there for the Aphotic Shield. He was behind the tower for some reason. And unfortunately, I mean, listen, if you max the Aphotic Shield, I understand the point. I even made a case for you this game. You've got your ulti, you've got Aphotic Shield, you're not a core. It doesn't matter if you die to the tier 1 tower. You have to save Storm there. And it's unfortunate that he wasn't in position to do that because not only do they lose Storm, but they also kind of blow the Exo, like you're saying, and this is a big kill to their momentum. Now it's going to be really hard to sweep the map. It's going to be hard to look for Troll. He's going to be just kind of free to farm wherever he wants on his own side of the map. You can see now they're going to try and set up some wards and continue to play aggressive. They might be able to pick off Illusion. Naive is incoming with the Ags already. So yet again, Wisp still is farming Illusion. Nice job there on the Fate's Edict. Blocks the Hadouken, but he still will go down to the right clicks, unfortunately.
And the Ags, right? You can't really escape the Ags. Even if it doesn't slow you, Wisp is fast enough that he doesn't need to slow you at all, right? Yeah. So, well played there. Nice little kill there. Quite valuable, especially because this might net you a tower mid. No, you don't have Exorcism, so that's why you don't want to commit. Again, if you had Cursed, you could like really just tickle these towers a bit, right? Little by little and just bring them down. But instead, you're just losing map control pretty heavily because of your lack of push.
I agree. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked they don't have the single value point. It's so good. It's so good with the wagons. It's so good with the creep. Like, it's amazing.
Even just for the silence, right? Even just for the silence, it'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
I agree.
You got to silence those towers. It's very important.
I mean, this is the build that 5-ABBA, to his defense, this is the build that 5-ABBA has been played nowadays. It's just that this is not the build that you play with in this particular game. But it is the build that people are using. It's not that this build is wrong. It's just that this game...
That's very fair. That's very fair. Like, if you looked at, like, the Dota buff for the most successful ABBA support build, I'm sure this is the one. However, as you know, and as, you know, watchers of competitive Dota will know, it really, like, your skill build and your item build is going to depend heavily on heroes you're playing with and especially against, right? And this is no exception. And in fact, this should be the exception, right? Where you do kind of change the build. First point in curses is not too uncommon whatsoever when you are playing with a core Wisp, and of course we still don't have one at level 8. So it's just what it coulda, shoulda, who knows, right? It's the best of 3 series.
And also a team with I would even say for this team with the lack of push, right? Because DP, unfortunately, as an offlaner, can't provide as much push as you want, right? Compared to a troll and the Beastmaster. I mean, you're up against a team with every time they win a small fight, they're taking a tower as a result, whereas you can't do that whatsoever. You've taken one tower this whole game.
Definitely.
And they're going for the troll, trying to... Yeah, they're actually trying to sandwich the enemy team, flanking him.
I mean, it's so
Is
hard.
this going to work
he's
out?
got
Io's
Aegis.
coming in from behind. Io's quite fast, though. And they catch Tusk first, but he's okay. He's happy to tank this. In fact, they go for the Queen of Pain, who has no dispel, but Primal Roar catches the Io instead, and the backline's Naive could be in trouble. He's also been purged. They need a Phonic Shield to help him out. He does relocate in time. Yes, he gets away for now just to heal back up, but Troll's dealing too much damage. Destroyed's also in trouble. Fortune's End catches both of them. Nice little root. Curse of Avernus has been committed, but he's going to do absolutely nothing here to save the DP. Dotran is out of mana.
Oh, here's
soon
Wisp,
to be out of life, but Io's come back for round number 2. Belt is already dead. Battle has been committed. They're going for Naive, and Naive cannot tank this troll. Look at him go, just destroying the enemy cores. Dotran at least is capable of TPing in time, and they're actually going to give up on Arrow because they don't see him TPing underneath there. But they're still going to get the kills on Io and the DP, so that's a win as far as they're concerned. And a tower now, for sure.
I think Naive should have saved his tether there, and instead of tethering to the Abba, I mean, I know he wanted to get into that fight faster, but I think he should have tethered Storm because he still had Fountain Regen Aura on himself for like maybe an extra second. You give Storm, what level is Tether? Tether's level 3. Tether's level 3, so it does now actually amp your mana 1-to-1 with the Fountain Regen Aura. It's pretty damn good. I'm surprised. Dotran gets a solo kill, by the way, mid lane onto Laurel. That's the second time he's done that. Nicely done. Missed that kill. I'll take another look at it, but they do take the tier 2 tower. Top lane. But even I think even if you do buff the Storm and maybe he gets an extra kill, I don't know if that's still a great fight to take. I mean, they've got False Promise and Aegis and all their ultis. It was a good initial pickoff onto the Queen of Pain. I think it could have gotten a lot worse. Storm, yet again, he's somehow able to live. But just a bit surprising there. Just gets the jump first. Storm's been getting the jump first consistently, and here he goes again into the river. Except now he's in trouble. Celebrity right-clicking him down. There's plenty of magic damage, and they got him. The snowball wasn't in time, unfortunately. Arrow did give him his best effort. Sani now on a mega kill streak. Might look for more as Celebrity is back with the Blink Dagger. Doesn't have the Roar, but there's now the Battle Trance again. And right onto Celebrity he will go. 3 dead already for V-Game, and they're going to go for more. Felt. He shouldn't be too difficult of a kill now that he's lost his now that he's lost his False Promise. Okay, what's it called? Borrowed Time. That's the one for Abba. Another great. I mean, VP.P, they're so strong right now. I don't like. I question why do you fight them in that specific spot? There's no vision for you. You don't even you're not defending a tier 1 tower there. It just seems like a kind of a bad spot to fight for V Gaming.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like V Gaming should have. I don't know. I feel like they're now taking a bit of fights. Like they lost the fight up top, and now they're going, all right, so they fought us when our IO is supposed to be strongest. They absolutely murdered us because it wasn't even like the best executed team fight for PP Prodigy. And they're now desperate trying to find things to do. Because their map is so small, right? You haven't even taken a tier 1 mid, and the enemy team has already taken 2 of your tier 2s. The most important ones as well, which is top and mid. So as V Gaming, you go, what do I do now? You know, like what do I accomplish? How do I get back into this game? It's a bit difficult because your pickoff potential is only large once Storm has enough farm. And he's starting to go for the BKB very desperately. As I said, Storm likes BKB, not Yules. Queen of P went for the Yules. Yules is cheaper, so Queen of Pain is activated a bit sooner. And now you're just having trouble mitigating this impact.
Although I will say, Wisp and V Gaming, they're trying to amend this because Wisp has gone for the Orchid, so now you have got a follow-up silence. So that Yule Scepter, although now it's going to take not only a double commitment of the Orchid, it's also going to, of course, eat up a fair amount of gold to your Orchid's not that cheap. It's like, what, 2,800? I believe.
Yeah.
34. Yeah. It's a lot more expensive than I even thought. It's 3,500 gold, right? That's a lot of money that otherwise could have been, I don't know, the Kaya and Sanj that we sometimes see. Money saved for a BKB instead, perhaps, this game for the Wisp, right? So we'll see if it can pay off for V-Game. And I think it's a neat idea, to be honest, because right now, Quap still can't really fight, needs the BKB all of a sudden. This Yule Scepter is not going to be good enough.
No, I agree. I feel like the Queen of Pain might still go for the BKB, and it's already up, right? So you're going to at least be able to... Or sorry, not already up. It's already in queue. So at least you're going to be able to deal with her for now. I still think the Troll, of course, is the bigger problem.
Oh, definitely.
Because, of course, BKB on him makes him kind of invulnerable. There's the silence on Storm. No BKB yet, but I do have a Photic Shield, so that helps him. That's why also the Storm didn't have to go for the Yules this game. offensive Yule doesn't really work out. Nice little illusion room, but he did use the Yules earlier, so you don't have the second spell. Doesn't really matter. DP is dying in the backlines. Sani just finds him and literally mutilates him.
Yeah, but they got Celebrity.
He tries to go for anything else. He realizes that there's nothing else that he can catch up to, so it's just more pushing. Maybe wait for next Roshan.
Celebrity is crucial for these engagements for them, because if Queen of Pain right now with double Orchid online, she can't be the first one in. It's not guaranteed she literally does anything. So it's got to be our boy Beastmaster, but he gets solo killed actually by Naive, so well done there, and he even picks off a couple of the Necrobook summons. So a big fight, because again, VP.P, they are like, Sani is rearing and ready to fight right now. He's got 10-second BKB. He's continuing to farm with Battle Fury. He doesn't mind. He's queued up the Basher, even queuing up the Nullifier here, but he's ready to go. He can fight basically anyone on the V Gaming, and it won't be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. They're all sitting ducks at this point. I mean, maybe Io can get away with the relocate, but
True, maybe.
Still very difficult.
Yeah, maybe he can get away, but then when he comes back, he's dead, right?
He's gonna die. Yeah. They
so
have Yules here, but they don't see him. Oh, they dropped the sentry to get vision, but unfortunately, they didn't guess correctly where that tusk is. Sentry gives you, I think it's 180 around the sentry vision.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Basically, a one hilltop or one cliff of worth of vision.
Yep. I mean, not even though. It's actually less than that, but it's just made to, like. It's a very, very small amount. There's something about how the glyphs are coded, so you can always see the wards there with the sentry.
Interesting.
Yeah, but if you actually, there are some glyphs where if you put the sentry in like one edge and the observer wards are in the other, it actually won't give you vision. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, it's a good effort anyway to go with the sentry ward play.
Well, I love those plays. I think this whenever they use sentry wards for a small amount of vision, because of course back in Dota 1 and in the beginning of Dota 2, they used to give actual vision. That's 400 vision around them. And people would just buy a bunch of sentries because they were so useful. And now when they removed that,
unlimited sentries.
It was also unlimited sentries. I mean, back then, people complain now, but back in my day,
all right.
the supports, dude. Like, there was a position 5 was quite literally ward pitch, because that's all you could ever buy in the game.
BKB is online for Storm. Destroyed has gone for the Eternal Shroud. Unfortunately, the Sanj is nice for sure. Eventually, that should be into a Halberd versus the Troll. And that'll be a little bit nicer as the smoke's going to break on Dodrin, so that's going to be the BKB reveal. But right now, actually, V Gaming are in a really good position because they could just jump onto Laurel from the high ground. There's the Aphotic Shield. They're going to turn with a Snowball. Good effort here, good shards, but they've got the Oracle in the backline still protected. Now Roar used Sonic Wave as well, but Destroyed's been perked off, still killed. Sani's got too much damage. Dodrin will at least be able to snipe the Oracle, so there's no false promise in this fight, but Naive has gone down, and that's a 10-second BKB expired, but the fight basically won already as Sani just ran them over.
No offensive dispel to get rid of the double damage on the Troll, which was brutal that game. We saw how strong Sani was, but on top of that, Sani is just a better carry than you. The whole team has 6,000 net worth more than the IO. You don't have a carry to match him. It should have been Storm that kind of made it to that point, but as I said, I don't think Dodrin's the best player for a win condition, and they're just going to destroy you now. He's going to go walk in with a Ball Lightning, not much from Dodrin. You can still push this, though. Nothing stops him. I mean, you didn't take the Roshan, but who cares, honestly? Yeah, Troll, dude. Troll in the high ground is one of the few heroes that gets a freebie, especially every time you lose a team fight like this. Troll is just happy to push you down. And there we go. You take melee racks, you take one lane of racks, and you go down to Roshan and secure this game.
It's so scary. I'm sighing because now it's like the game is just so hard to play. Even with BKB now, Storm is not guaranteed to be safe with this Basher online. And that's not even full Abyssal yet. And after that fight, it's nearly full Abyssal. So it's starting to get really, really unplayable here for V Gaming. Like their windows of opportunity of coming back in this game they're being closed off one by one.
Yeah, honestly. And it's just, it's not like V Gaming also tried to do much. They seem to kind of lose the plot halfway through the game with like, oh, we're not winning anymore. You know, we're not be able to snowball with this draft. And then they didn't know how to come back into this game. It didn't seem like they had a contingency plan for this draft, unfortunately for them. And Roshan is going to fall now relatively easily to the guys at VP.P. Yeah, it's a troll. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's so farmed. I mean, he's having a perfect game right now, isn't he, Sani? Yeah, 9-0-4. He's already got like. Unfortunately, they know that they probably should have been trying to contest that. I think that was kind of their last chance, right? Like, oh shit, they're doing Roshan. Like, we can't really kill him with once. You know, it'll take all 5 of our heroes playing almost perfectly to kill him once. But now, not only do they have False Promise, they also have Aegis. So it's so difficult right now. Yeah, people in chat they're talking about how crappy it used to be to play support. Remember when you had to upgrade the courier? Not just buy it, but remember when you had to upgrade it?
Oh yeah, of course. That was
Dust
awful.
Dust came in pairs for what,
Radiant's
180 gold, I
bottom
think. It
tower
was
is
90
under
each.
attack.
It was 180 gold. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was not much of a change, the Dust thing, but I think the Sentries was the right 200 gold, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Plain versus
Gem
a
did seem
Riki.
like a bargain most of the time.
It
I
was-
when I started learning to play support in Dota, I just bought Gem every time. I was like, Sentries are a waste of gold. I just will never die. Infinite value.
There it is. There it is. Infinite value. That's why
Yeah, it was
I
not very
build
fun to
Necro
play
3
five
on all my
back
supports.
then in terms of items. There was not much like fives essentially only played with skills. I didn't love that.
Yeah,
I
it's
do like
true.
when they added a couple of items into the
It's true.
fives.
I think I don't know. I'm trying to think because Yule's was a Dota 2 item, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Doja, he's been caught. He's been
Oh,
caught.
you mean
Did-
like wasn't it in Dota 1? No, of course it was Dota 1. Dude.
he didn't want to use BKB there after the Yule Scepter from the co-op, so he just
I mean,
died.
the Sonic Wave though is gonna kill him anyway.
Yeah,
right?
Sonic Wave and Roar. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, I think he was dead no matter what.
What's
time.
what? Oh, he's only got level 2 ball lightning. Yeah, there's no way he'd be able to BKB and escape.
You see how fast these racks are falling? That's Xani. He's channeling all the rage of being called Gambit 2 for a whole 6 months. Or for a whole month, sorry.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You know, I'm kind of surprised he's still holding on to this possessed mask, but
That's value on trolls.
why not?
It's so value.
I mean,
It's like vampire
yeah,
thing.
but you know, you can also
Top
farm
tower
tier
is
3s,
under
right?
attack.
So that's the
Yeah,
only
no,
reason
no.
I'm surprised.
They're gonna go for destroyed. I feel like you're gonna lose the Aegis here, Xani. They have a false promise though. Nice silence at the 3. They're actually fighting this decently. Xani still has battle trance plus false promise plus
Yeah,
Aegis.
that was a 4-man silence, by the way.
That was really nice silence. However, it's too late for those kind of silences.
It is too late. And Misha, a bit out of position there. He shouldn't really ever be within a silence AoE of himself and Troll, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? I'm not saying he's bad, but he shouldn't have been silenced there, because if he didn't have Aegis, he should have false promised him at that moment. But it's fine.
Yeah.
They're so far up, these mistakes don't matter.
He literally just dropped Circle because he saw Titan Sliver. Like, yeah, better. I don't understand why, though, the Circle had to be dropped, but okay. And Xani, he has the Aphotic Shield. Oh, that got stolen as well? Wow. More to spells now for Xani.
sucks.
Just gonna go for the easy racks first.
Yeah.
Psychic Headband.
TA2000, he's so close, naive. He just wants this level 20 talent. Maybe that's their last glimmer of hope.
It is. Nice silence again. We have false promise. Xani's just starting to look for the IO. They have killed celebrity, so he lost the Primal Roar, sorry. Xani goes back.
Nah, he's got 20.
In a bad position.
Oh, he needs one
Beautiful
creep.
Vortex, and they're able to kill Destroyed.
There it
Here
is.
comes Queen of Pain from behind. Laurel starts the Sonic Wave. Not going to use it for now. Yeah, there we go. Sonic Wave just for the IO in the end, and they do kill Destroy in the process, but Naive for now surviving. Sani losing his BKB. He still does have the Aegis, but they have lost both BKBs on
Okay.
Laurel and Sani, so they're going to decide to just back out for now.
Yeah, they bought back on Celebrity. He's got
Oh,
Blink
never mind,
Roar
no.
ready to go. It's too scary. Orchid and the whole 9 yards. We do have that 20 talent though on whiffs, so watch this
There's a
damage.
pistol now.
Yeah, he's had
He's
it.
looking to jump on someone. That Fate CX is annoying him, but he's gonna jump soon.
It's a
I mean, you
great
still have
game.
Battle Trance plus the Aegis. I feel like you can just sacrifice your life once.
Ages for another minute. You've got False Promise as well. Level 2.
There you go.
There he goes.
Battle Trance, Abyssal, plus that Primal Roar just for
Wow.
good measure. They don't kill the IO though. They kill the supports instead because the Troll has actually been diverted. His attention not quite going for the IO, instead killing Destroyed and the supports here, but all of which have no bind. Felt actually just used his. Xani destroys the final lane of rack, still with the Aegis on top of him, by the way. Orchid for the Storm is my guarantee. The kill has to use the BKB just to spell the Orchid, and now that's going to be Xani losing his first life as they almost finish off Naive. The healing for the Abaddon keeping him barely alive. Xani comes back for round number 2 and Felt has no borrowed time, so unfortunately he's also going to fall. The 3 heroes that twice in this engagement. They haven't killed Storm or IO once. Doesn't really matter. There's the Abyssal Blade though, trying to go for the round 3 on the IO. Will this one finally work? False Promise has been used on the Beastmaster to save him, and Naive won't have that help. GG called by V Gaming. They're going to lose game number 1 of the series against Astrology.
Yeah, good game out from VP.P. That's this Troll was just too damn strong right out of the gates. They couldn't really pressure him bottom, you know. Troll, he's got a very strong laning phase just because of the hero, right? He can go ranged axes and no one really bothers him that much. Even with the Tusk, they weren't able to like bring the action or really bring the harass in the lane. I mean, you were at the end there when you were calling that fight. You were like, oh, he killed the support. He got diverted to the support. The only reason he didn't kill Naive was I think because he just didn't have enough tanks, or because the Tusk wasn't tanky enough. If Tusk had like 500 more HP, Naive dies there to cleave. That's how strong this Troll was.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. He was just much farther ahead, and he was a real carry as well for the late game. So once the troll makes it that far ahead, you just kind of lose all chances of coming back into the game. Not gonna lie.
Illusion as well was styling on them in that last team fight. He held down Storm Spirit for like a solid 5-6 seconds. He stole Vortex. Then when the Storm jumped in, he went no, and into telekinesis. It was really just a solid game out from VP.P. They just, it felt like all game, like that last team fight kind of just exemplified the whole game. They kind of just like wasted the time of the Storm, and then it kind of fell apart from there, to be honest, for V Gaming. Like you got some good kills. 8-3 and 3 is not bad for sure, but compared to Sani,
I just feel, not gonna lie, I feel like the lane not being a stomp, which is what it should have been with the IO Abaddon with the Curse of Avernus, was the big determining factor there. I know it's like very easy to pin it on one small build, but like I feel like that was the thing that lost him the game, to be honest.
I mean, you're right. It's right out of the gate. Really, 3-4 minutes in, Beastmaster's the richest hero in the lobby, right? And I'm not saying that should be the Tusk, but I'm saying with this Wisp, ABBA, you've got all the core IO partners. It shouldn't be the Beastmaster leading in net worth, But that's it. That's the game.
Yeah, guys, we are gonna stay, of course, for all the series today, so do not worry. We do have the second best of 3 the second game of the best of 3 starting shortly. We might as well go to White Tri versus
Torpedo.
Torpedo?
Yeah.
Torpedo.
No. It's the T. The P is first. I was wrong too. I thought it was also Torpedo, but it is Torpedo.
Okay.
I had it wrong on overlays and everything too, so don't worry.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? It means I had it wrong in the title. Oh look, they're playing Tinker.
Idiot. What does Torpedo mean?
I have no idea. It's probably a word in a different language.
I'm gonna look this up now.
Let's
learn some Russian together.
I just looking for love. Me too, Tinker. Me too. Unfortunately, you're a Tinker spammer. No one can love you. You're a depressed kid. Wow, this Tinker is kind of out of control. He's nearly got eggs in this game.
Bulgarian? Oh, from Bulgarian, and it means now.
Oh, cool.
Right, that makes sense.
Unfortunately, this Tinker has eggs now, and now this PL is no longer a problem in this game. That sucks. He's nearly got, well, he's getting his way towards Heart, which is going to be really nice. Surprised he didn't finish off the Hood of Defiance this game. He's tanky now anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference, but versus a Tinker, that's a little surprising.
Yeah. Interested that someone is still playing Tinker these days, honestly.
Yeah, that's not Wish, right? Or, yeah, Wish is the big Tinker boy. Oh, they caught him. He's just going to TP away. Is he? Rubik, no, the blink. Oh,
he's even going for the Axe build, which I've seen quite popular in the few pubs and stuff I feel from the Tinker spammers. They do like the shrinking quite a lot.
It's a great one versus PL still, isn't it?
Well, I guess that's also true. Yeah, let's see. In this fight, Pio. He is being chased after by the Tinker. They actually have managed to stop the Lightless pretty decently with the Ravage as well, but Pio can get close to him because the Tinker is keeping them at bay. Although Shiva's depressed finally ran out of mana, but he was fine because the Juggernaut comes to cover him as he did earlier for himself. Petushara now being stopped. The Blade Fury not going to be too successful as the Disruption does catch him, put him in bad position regardless. The Ghost, the Phantom Embrace, doesn't allow him to use the Anchor Smash too effectively. Here comes Tinker back again, and they're just off the tide. What a game, actually, by the Tinker. Holy
yeah, this one feels impossible. I was gonna be like quick on the gun to kind of Petushara. Maybe that wasn't gonna be the best sort of way to Ravage because unfortunately he didn't catch Tinker, who is I want to say the real problem in this fight. Of course, we're just watching it now. But Lightless is also Omega farmed right now. Like he is not someone you can just leave alone either. He almost went for the mid one build, by the way. Boots of Travel. He farms real fast. Boots of Travel Midas. But. Yeah, it's a really, really tough game all of a sudden here. Who is this? Yeah, Topperda is going to be on Radiance, by the way. Let me go ahead and throw some text up here.
It was pretty insane, though. I honestly cannot believe that how big this Tinker was, that fight. I understand how powerful it could be, but the laser, like, my goodness, the shrinking, particularly the rate laser, is incredible. I can imagine now Tinker's back to that playstyle where your fingers hurt after playing a single game of him, but my god.
Well, I think normally they probably hurt after a whole day of queuing, but now that they've added Arcane Blink after one official, yeah, your fingers are going to be hurting for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But like, it's not only that, but it's the way you play him, right? Because before if you played like the Hex build on Tinker, the more traditional Ags Tinker, right? The defensive Tinker, that was fine. Your fingers didn't hurt. Like it was still quite a pain. But when you used to play the Dagon E-Blade Tinker, that was the finger hurting one. Right?
Don't forget Sheepstick.
Yeah, it was that was the luxury, right? It was Sheepstick, Dagon E-Blade. And I was like, okay, my fingers are about to fall off.
That's the keyboard smashing Tinker because he's smashing his keyboard, and when you get caught by him, you smash your keyboard as well.
I did used to fucking hate that fucking Tinker.
Yeah. It's really impressive though. It's really impressive. I always say whenever you see Wish get into his groove on Tinker, it literally looks like he's scripting.
It does actually. I think he's better than scripters. That's the thing, right? Because
honestly, yeah.
Because the beauty is that when you press the keys as fast as possible, you might actually cancel animation, stuff like that, which of course scripts don't usually do unless you have a specific script that does that. So,
yeah, the things that scripts are for. This is why, like, obviously, I think like this is why the OpenAI stuff was actually really interesting to watch, because scripts, all they do for humans is they make your mechanics perfect, right? But Dota's a little bit more complex than that, right? That's why computers.
If it was League, you'd be the best player in the world. But if it was since
maybe I'd be interested actually in seeing that. Oh, Roar on a Tinker. They might have just caught him because he blinked into the middle of the lane, but they've got people here to protect him. Anyone? No? Okay. Big kill. They blinked right in the middle of the lane, unfortunately. They got a ward on the high ground here, watching over their high ground. There goes now the Grimstroke. But yeah, you know, that's why obviously computers, they have no problems beating humans at most board games, like chess, Go as well, right? Because these are like 0-sum games, but these aren't really as easy to probably code or understand. I don't know. I'm not a coder, so there's a lot of complexity to it.
You don't code like at least the AIs that beat Go or chess. They weren't coded, right? They were just the AIs, and they literally learned to play those games. That was the difference between like the OpenAI is supposed to be an AI that learned the game. That was why a lot of people called shit on the OpenAI, because you're like, well, you're technically learning to play the game, but you're learning in a closed system, so that's not really AI. That's kind of guided learning, which obviously reduces the time. And it defeats the purpose of Dota, because part of the reason was, is Dota too complex a game for it to be coded with AI? And I think OpenAI proved yes.
Yeah, probably.
I would feel like League is in the same realm, though, if I'm honest with you. Like,
where's OpenAI now? I don't know. Elon Musk bought it, so who knows?
That was a while ago, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Somewhere in Mars, probably. Musk is deciding whether he, because they accomplished something, right? And he wasn't in the main picture, so he's probably like had a whole meeting calling them pedophiles.
Yeah, he probably called them pedophiles, like privately. It's probably in his drafts, you know. He's like, all the guys that made OpenAI, they're pedophiles.
Just a big question, like pedophiles? Question mark in this circle.
Honestly.
And then at the end of the page, you see Exile to Mars?
Oh,
possibility.
Look at this. We've gone for a DPX this game from Melry. Second item.
I agree with this. I think it's a decent build. If you feel like you need to have a second win condition, which in this case I think you do, because as you mentioned, that it's kind of counting.
Elon Musk deleted it. Which Alvo, because you're a coder, right?
Yeah.
Obviously not for a living currently, but you've got the piece of paper that says you can do it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And you can do it, of course. I don't mean to belittle you. But if you coded something like cool like that, and Elon Musk is like, yo, can I buy this? I'm going to delete it, though. Like, I'm going to, like, just control A, delete on the keyboard as soon as you cash the check. Would you do it?
Oh, is it cool because I made it? Like, if I feel proud of it? Or is it cool because, like,
you genuinely feel proud of it. It's not going to, like, save any lives. No offense. Like, it's not going to, like, save any lives. You know, you're not, like, coding something that... It's just like it's like a cool piece of code, but you're genuinely proud of it, right?
If he gives me enough money, without a doubt. Because unlike Elon Musk, I do not have that kind of ego. If he wants to spend money on his ego, that's fine.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't like Elon Musk because he floats his ego, but I'm not stupid. If he gives me enough money, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, exactly. Because that would defeat the purpose. I would just be a different version of Elon Musk. Right?
You know what? Very true. Very true. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's repurposed OpenAI to figure out, what's the most efficient time for it to get his blood transfusion so he can live forever or something. I don't know. He's got billionaire money.
I'm sure he's trying to kill himself.
Oh wow, Petushar. Oh, the laser's so good against him.
It is. I mean, yeah. Is it dispellable? I'm actually not sure.
The laser beam? It should be, right?
It should be, right?
Yeah, it is completely dispellable. Yeah, because you can dispel the mist, right? Otherwise, it'd be like...
Right. That would make sense. So eventually Tide does dispel it, right? So it's only can hit with a couple of
What
the
is
laser
it?
beam.
The Kraken shell.
You can only hit him
450.
2 and then eventually dispels it, right? So I
Yeah,
guess not bad.
but you're Tinker, right? So cooldowns to you are a suggestion.
No, of course. I mean, still dealing a bunch of damage. But I feel like against heroes like Timbersaw or Underlord, who depend on tankiness but don't have that dispel, they're gonna get crushed by the Tinker.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, even now we're seeing the dispel really not be too handy. I mean, Lightless, he's even got the damn Blade Fury Aghanim Shard, and it's not really making a difference.
Radiant's
I'm
middle
also
tower
fascinated
is
why
under
they don't go
attack.
for the shard. I guess just your fingers would hurt too much, honestly. The shard feels like.
Oh,
really
for
efficient.
Tinker, Defense Matrix. Blocks
Middle
275. Provide
tower is
40%
under
status
attack.
resist.
Yeah,
Last
it's really
12
good
seconds.
like support. Oh, sorry for your carry, right? Of course, it depends on the carry. I don't feel like this game is like the utmost thing, right? But I feel like I wouldn't like. What if you combine like a Tinker with a carry like Wraith King or something, right?
I've done a little bit of thinking, and I think right now it's not really the Tinker's time to play like that. Right now, Tinker is kind of your main source of initiation and damage, right? Because Tinker's kind of at his power peak. He gets BKB and then he just blinks and forward and doesn't give a fuck, right?
Sure.
So-
Yeah,
so
I mean, I guess when you're playing Shivas, you're kind of playing more of a Vanguard Tinker. But
Exactly.
then you can use it yourself, though, right?
Well, yeah, but I think he doesn't need to. Like, he could just buy BKB instead, right? I mean, the 1400 gold is nice, but he's still gonna die to Rubik, to Ravage. He still dies to these heroes even if he's got Defense Matrix. What I'm saying is that I think you go for this like late game when Lightless is then your carry machine, right? Because right now it's Tinker. It's starting to kind of hit that trade-off point for sure, where Lightless has now damage and items with this Mjolnir, but even he's still going kind of for this Blade Fury kind of more build, right? That's why he goes Mjolnir for the attack speed, Blade Fury, Boots of Travel, S and Y is just nice to have generally to help you farm, right? So I feel like if this game goes another 15 minutes and you're still in a position to buy items for the Tinker, it's a no-brainer, right? Because then you actually buff Lightless and you give Lightless, all right, go win us the game. You know, I did my best. We got us here, and here you go. But that's a good question actually. I wonder when if you start actually going for that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there is a point where I honestly think the humanity of the players limits them. I feel like if you can just press as many buttons as possible, you would be able to use this that much more effectively. But I also, do you want to have to press a button combination of like 8 buttons every single time?
Oh,
Tinker.
they're gonna try and force his BKB. He's baiting though.
Yeah, he's fine, I think. I don't think they can kill him, but yeah, this is going to be a massive bait. Omni Slash with a Soul Bind. I mean, it keeps him together, so it kind of works out. Lightless TPing in the middle of
big
this.
roar.
Oh, he just fights the Blade Fury, and that's going to be the
Roar
2-4
stolen.
dead.
Not gonna make a difference.
Who nobody cares about the Roar stolen. They've already killed your damage. They're done. I
think
feel like
this-
they're going to win this now.
Radiant's top
Yeah, I
tower
feel like
is
they're going to
under
win this one as
attack.
well, Avo. I think this one might just be over. My goodness, look at this Tinker in the fountain, by the way. He
Radiant
moves his
structures
Aghanim
are
Scepter out, buys a Clarity, pops the Clarity, moves his bottle in. My goodness, so many things to be doing. Oh, big laser. They buy back on PL for that as well because of that laser.
Radiant's
Now they're just going to
top
leave.
tower
They're
is
just going to go
under attack.
Roche. There's no DP for a whole minute. Roshan's got Aegis and Cheese. I mean, they could just fake back again, but we'll see what they want to do. And now we have Ags, I think. No, actually, Jug, Lightless is going to build into a real carry now. He's going for Butterfly so he can fight versus the PL one mano a mano.
I can't let Tinker carry me the whole game.
No, that's
By
what
the
he's
way.
saying, right? No, like, because my whole point was, I think you're totally right. Like, I think there are games where, like, I don't know, if you, like, counter-pick the Tinker with a Furion, I think there are games where you go for Defense Matrix first, and you go, all right, Lightless, do your thing, right? Like, because I can't this game. But right now, he can, so why doesn't he?
Second game between B Gaming and ESL teams up, by the way. So,
Okay. Are they in draft already?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to go and check though.
Okay.
I might not be able to rejoin your game, but
That's what I'm saying, because if I don't want to just have people sitting at the Dota 2 main menu looking at the Dota 2 anime.
Double damage.
Another Ags that's actually really Ag Shard that's really similar to what you're saying is this Grimstroke ink
Right.
over.
just started for them.
All right, I'll jump on over. I think this one's a win, by the way, for not Torpeda. Sorry, it's a win for Why Try for sure, almost certainly. I don't really know how they get back into this one, especially because they just took Roche, Aegis, and Cheese. You've already wasted buyback on PL, and you did nothing with it. You couldn't because EXO was on cooldown. It's a very hard game here, so we'll take a look at the other one.
I'm excited for game number 2. Let's see if VP Prodigy. I mean, I don't want V Gaming to leave, right? Either, but I would be really sad if VP Prodigy didn't make it next because I feel like that would be. I wouldn't want VP to reconsider their second team. You know, I'm very happy. That
no. I mean, you're totally right. It's no hate against V Gaming whatsoever. I think Naive is a great player. I think he deserves to be on a team as well. But unfortunately, I think this is one of those things, these issues, where it's like we need to have more orgs in Division 2.
10 seconds
remaining.
remaining.
That's just it. I mean, VP.P, they get so much support. I think they're boot camping. They might be boot camping. I'm not sure.
They were last time, like before the season started. So.
Right. But this is a new org, and I think it's a little bit more of a difficult issue with coronavirus and all that stuff, right? So.
Dire team pick.
1 second, brother. I want to go get some water.
Yeah, go for it.
Radiant team
No, but like
pick.
to Avo's point, he's totally right. Again, I think, pardon me, having these teams is really nice, and I really love the allure of having the stacks together. You know, because you get a lot of like funny moments. Like they play a lot of stuff that a lot of teams wouldn't because they don't have that same amount of pressure. I mean, look at the banners, right, for V Gaming. I really do genuinely enjoy having them. But also at the same time, we need to have these professional teams in here because they get resources, they increase the level of play for everyone that plays them. And of course, they keep orgs involved in the Division 2 scene, which is super, super crucial. It's super crucial for the lifeline, really, of the Dota 2 competitive scene. Sorry, say again?
Sorry, that's a very strong start with VP.
Remaining. Radiant team
Yep. Now I'm going to go get some water as well.
That's very difficult to counter. Titanhunter Wraith King, my goodness, dude. Because the reason why Titanhunter Wraith King are picked together, particularly why they're so strong, is that usually Wraith King can only lose the lane to Tidehunter. Most of the lanes he ties or wins, and Tidehunter, if you
10 seconds remaining.
No, yeah, that's exactly why. Because we want the Wraith King to have a very secure lane, so you kind of block pick with Tidehunter. But of course, the combination is really nice. There's synergy between them, the reincarnation to Ravage, blah blah. And of course, the Gush plus Wraith King's damage is super high. So it's a really, really good combo to start off with. And Mars is like a secondary Tidehunter. He's okay. He's one of the better laners against Wraith King, but he still struggles to completely defeat the Wraith King. And with Lion, you're all right if VP Prodigy does not pick a strong support. Like, if your VP Prodigy has had to go for, like, I don't know, say an Enchantress, or what's another heal that can trade really evenly, and what's a strong 5? I mean, hell, if you went for something like Witch Doctor, Bane, something like that can really easily trade with Lion, then you just destroy him. Shadow Shaman is another good example. Even though I don't love Shadow Shaman 5. And just pick Willow. You just pick something like that with Wraith King, and then Wraith King deals with Mars nicely, and the Lion does nothing. Because Lion only brings kill potential to a lane. Lion's one of his biggest weaknesses is that he doesn't trade well with other supports. So that's why Edge is a particularly good counter to Lion.
Lion's one of those +1 heroes where when you hear pros in their pubs or in the comps where they go, I need a +1. Like, I need a +1 here to win we kill. Like, Lion is the perfect +1 kill. What does he bring? He's got a slow, which is also a mana burn. He's got a hex. He's got a stun. He's got a big nuke. Like, he's your +1.
But what I was commenting while you were going to get water, you fiend.
Yeah, like when you went to go get water?
Don't know what you're talking about. There's no proof of that. So, what I was commenting is that the Mars versus Wraith King matchup is already matchup the Wraith King wins. So if you give him a strong support, Lion struggles because you can't trade against supports as Lion. That's your biggest weakness. So this is one of the games where Enchantress is kind of justified. Just don't pick CM and I'll be happy, honestly.
You know who looks good right now for both teams as well? A little bit less so for VP.P because of the Mars.
Who?
Witch Doctor.
I was suggesting that too. I think the best 2 supports here that you could pick besides Shaman, which I also liked if you were down for Shaman 5, would be Witch Doctor and Enchantress.
Yeah, agreed.
Prodigy.
And right now, neither does the man. Witch Doctor a little bit less so because your projectiles get blocked by Mars Arena. It's super, super annoying.
5 seconds.
But
yeah, we just put it inside, right?
Well, that's not always the case because a lot of the times when you're playing Witch Doctor and actually looking to play aggressive, you are sort of this initiator. It's weird to say, but this is obviously pre-25 minutes when you're still relevant. But then Mars shows up with a Blink Dagger, throws up his arena, and you're just completely null and void. Like usually, almost always. In the early game, it's almost always Witch Doctor Death Ward first because you want to lead with that because that's the killing thing, right? That's what's doing the damage. That's what forces reactions in the early game. Later on, it's definitely going to be, oh my god, Wraith King just blinked in, red alert, get ready. But early, it's the Death Ward, so that's what Mars is going to be probably reacting to, unless Mars is initiating. Then of course it's just put the Death Ward in a good spot. But even then, you just run, Mars can just leave, throw up the bulwark and leave, and Arena's just so damn good against him. That's the thing. It makes him hard to play. Because Death Ward is the only thing that makes you relevant outside of the lane, unfortunately. And since there's a hero that counters you, it kind of sucks. Even Lion's pretty good against him as well, because even if you go Glimmer, he can just Earth Spike you anyway.
Well, of course, you're bad against him in the mid game, but the idea is that by the mid game, with Titan and Wraith King, you should have enough team fight to cover
Exactly.
Radiant
Rubik
team
for
pick.
them for now. Just Rubik for the 4 position, though.
Winter
Oh, wow.
Wyvern.
Immediate Winter Wyvern. Interesting. Is that... I'm assuming that's a counter to Wraith King. That's what they're thinking about.
It's kind of a counter to Wraith King for sure. It also kind of seems like it's
10
more of a counter to
seconds
Wraith
remaining.
King's teammates, though, because you don't really want to be using Winter's Curse on this Wraith King right now. I
5
mean, obviously
seconds
we've
remaining.
still yet to see the mid laner and the position 5, but let's be honest, there's not really many position 5s that
team pick.
Wraith King wouldn't mind being hit by. I mean, if a Coddle right clicks him, he's gonna be like, okay, that's adorable, right? So right now, it's more of a counter to his teammates for sure. Because I mean, even if there is a lineup that kills the Wraith King, I mean, he still comes back on his second life. It's nice to have great setup for him for sure, but it's not
10
very likely to
seconds
happen.
Remaining.
No, the counter is not the Winter's Curse for Wraith King. The counter is the Cold Embrace. Cold Embrace is
5
what counters Wraith
seconds
King.
remaining.
Cold Embrace is killer right now, but that's why you pick Coddle. He's got Illuminate. That's gonna be usually good.
Well, yeah, but the whole point of Cold Embrace, you Cold Embrace a target, that's 2 of Wraith King's crits if he's not careful. So you can swallow a crit for sure. That's really major for Wraith King. It's 4 seconds until his next crit. So you essentially really reduces DPS for the next 4 seconds. It's quite a big deal. That's why I like the Winter Wyvern. And the counter of the Winter's Curse in this case is for Tidehunter. He's the one-
Does Anchor Smash go through Winter's Curse? Or sorry, not Winter's Curse.
Embrace.
Cold Embrace.
No.
Okay.
It's physical. That's why Winter Wyvern will be using Winter's Curse against Tidehunter in these team fights, and then Cold Embrace to deal with Wraith King. That's your battle plan with the Winter Wyvern. I think that's the logic because they didn't see the Rubik. They picked it before the Rubik was picked. They were planning on it anyway. They couldn't have decided so quickly. Rubik is a bit of a bitch. I don't mind the call. Like,
Why do you think? Why is he a bitch?
well, as a Winter Wyvern, you kind of have to deal with Rubik not stealing your Winter's Curse because otherwise, he's a bitch to deal with. Is what I mean.
Okay.
In case that was clear. I don't mean like Rubik the hero is a bit of a bitch. Like, goddamn, he's always whining about he can't steal the right spell. Oh, wah, Rubik. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Dire
It's
team
it's
back.
not that hard, luckily, because Wyvern has a spell that she can cast on herself, and she's got a spell that she can also
Radiant
just
team
cast
back.
anytime, as long as it's off cooldown, of course, with the Arctic Burn. Usually, you use Arctic Burn to position yourself to actually cast a Winter's Curse, so that's a bit of a moot point, and you kind of need to save Cold Embrace for the Wraith King. So it's usually it's not too bad, but you're right,
10
it is
seconds
definitely
remaining.
consideration.
That's the scientific explanation for it.
5
He's just a bitch.
seconds remaining.
It's gonna be a really annoying thing.
It's
to have
not
to
too
deal
bad.
with.
It's not as bad as like Shaman, where like pretty much if he casts Serpent Wards and there's not a creep wave there, you just steal Serpent Wards for free, or he doesn't show up at all in the fight. 'Cause-
Sure. I would say that if you're still Serpent Wards, like okay. I mean, if you're positioned there to steal Serpent Wards and he drops them like that for free, then you're the bad shaman, right? Whereas Winter's
I
Wyvern,
don't know.
I'm just saying, it's a good pick.
It happens-
It's
it
gonna
happens
make
a lot.
Wyvern's life hell.
It
all
happens
right?
a lot.
Yeah, because you're not a good shaman, and I'm sorry to tell you this.
It doesn't happen to me. It happens in pro games. Happens in pro games all the time.
There's a lot of bad shamans.
I don't know what to tell you. What they consider probably is that we don't care if Rubik steals wards because we'll just farm them and we need to
10
get this
seconds
tower down
team
ASAP.
back.
That's probably the calculus.
Well, then you're winning, right? The point is like when Rubik steals something, he's supposed to turn it around on you. So if he steals Winter's Curse, he completely crushes you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think like wards is
Dire
something that's
team
going to be
pick.
team fight turning as a curses,
Oh,
right?
I agree with that 100%. I don't think wards are that strong.
No.
Most of the time. It's good with shaman because of his kit, but it's not good for the rest of the heroes.
It's good against Tidehunter because you can't leave them, right? But like
Well,
it's very situationally.
Let's see. What is the carry that you need here?
10
The Slark and
seconds
Jug just to be
remaining.
Tidehunter. Yeah, the two biggest counters Tidehunter and Lane was the third one, Ursa.
Radiant
okay, yeah.
team
So you're out of
pick.
counters.
Night
Oh.
Fuck it.
Stalker.
Or just go Night Stalker.
Wow.
Night Stalker carry, interestingly enough.
This
which
is-
I, know
I-
they used to play back on Con.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is something I remember casting a naive Night Stalker carry, if I'm not mistaken, back when like Ags was the Shindig.
I mean, it's
10
not bad,
seconds
right? Like, it's
remaining.
particularly good against Coddle because his extreme day vision.
5
That's also nice.
seconds
Right? Night
remaining.
Stalker can deal with that with Dark Ascension. He can easily kill Coddle. Actually, Night Stalker in general is really good against Coddle ever since he lost Final League. He is very good against Rubik for similar reasons because Rubik cannot steal things and make it as impactful. Tide Hunter tends to suck against carry Night Stalker because you tend to have like BKB, right? And you just go next to him and you crippling fear and he doesn't have an initiation.
Yeah.
I think Wraithing is decent against Night Stalker, but that's more in the late game, so you're gonna try to out tempo him.
I think you could do it as well. It's a pretty good lineup to out tempo, especially if you go Quas Exord Invoker. Sorry, Quas Wex. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, with Mars as well. I mean, you don't have bad lanes in general. The lane between Night Stalker and Titan is gonna be tough. Though. The lane is gonna be very tough. I can't imagine you winning that lane.
You may now select your
you want the
heroes.
carry just to, or mid laner to stabilize you, right? Like I was like, I don't want to read this draft. I'm just gonna pick whatever is easy, and DK against Invoker is fine. I think that DK is a good hero to create space for you. He's a good hero to stabilize your draft. Yeah, it's not bad. I think V probably is gonna win, especially considering about last performance. But I do find that V Gaming is a very interesting proposition. I'm not against it. I'm not.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't really love the Coddle versus the Lion Mars lane. I feel like that's... I mean, if Misha... And probably this is the case, I'm sure. Because what are you spamming? Oh, it's for the crits, right? It's for increased crits and maybe an extra Wraith Fire Blast every now and then. So it increases your kill potential. So maybe you just kill Lion a bunch in this lane. Okay. Because the Mars is a bit more difficult because you can just God's Rebuke and send and poke the Wraith King away with the spear. But Lion is a pretty free kill in this lane. Okay. I could see the point of that then. At first, I was like, I still would have preferred to probably see something like a Witch Doctor, but I think the Coddle's really nice. Because then you can actually show up to these early fights, and it actually increases how much you can defend towers. Because if you think they're going to be pushing mid, but you're not really sure, you just TP the Coddle over, he starts blasting waves. If they actually commit to a fight, he turns on Light Form, and he recalls the Wraith King wherever he shall be, probably in the triangle farming, and then they immediately show up and defend the tower. So it's pretty good, actually. I really like the Coddle pick now that I step into it a bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot of utility with the Coddle this game. And the other thing is, of course, your lane's not going to be that strong, which is why I feel like V Gaming saw the opportunity to go for a tempo lineup. Because once they saw, oh, Lion's not going to have the worst lane in the world because Coddle can't trade with him, or, well, they both trade like garbage, then you can pick up a relatively early tempo lineup with this Night Stalker, and as long as he works out in the lane, which, again, I don't think he's going to be crushed in the lane either by the Tide, because he has good enough base stats, then you pretty much can out-tempo the enemy team, and that's possible. And the thing is, your lane's mid, like the mid lane is tough, because Dragon Knight against Invoker, you're going to tickle Dragon Knight, he doesn't care. Top lane is also tough because the Tide Rubik is obviously a decent lane against Night Stalker, and bottom lane is also relatively tough. You're not gonna lose it, but you're not gonna win it either. So you're not gonna be able to snowball off the lanes.
I will say that you're completely right that Lion generally trades like garbage, but in this one he trades like hot garbage because at least he's the better garbage than Coddle.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, okay, so in this allegory, is hot garbage better than garbage?
Hot garbage is better than garbage because you can snowball from there, because then if hot garbage gets a good start, it turns into a dumpster fire, and that's really bad if you're against it.
But isn't dumpster fires like bad to have in your own backyard, so you don't want a dumpster fire in your team? Like if I say I have a dumpster fire of a team, that wasn't a good thing.
No. It's more like when there's a protest and you light a dumpster on fire, right? It's good.
The battle
that's
begins.
true. That's okay. Well, that's a hot take. Oh.
I mean, is it? I mean, it's like if it's a good protest, you know, if the good people in Myanmar are lighting a dumpster on fire, I'm not going to be like, oh, destruction of property. You know, I'm going to be like, no, good for them. It's so that the police don't kill them.
Dumpsters have lives too. I don't know what you're talking about. Mate. I don't know. Is human life really that valuable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
Anyway,
I agree with you.
Yeah. So anyway, hot garbage can turn into a dumpster fire, which is really bad if you're trying to play against it. Because think about it, dumpster, if they're on fire, they create a lot of smoke, right? And Lion, he can bring the smoke. There it is. It's a zoomer word that you probably don't understand.
I don't understand that at all, actually. But I got the hot fire, the dumpster fire reference. I think that was pretty accurate. That reminds me of my times. Yeah. Well, good old Barcelona nostalgia.
Oh,
I remember when the city was burning. We didn't need air conditioning, or we didn't need heating for a whole week. Yeah. Okay. So in this allegory, then VP is the police. Then I take it.
I mean, listen, I don't know. It's one of those both sides things, I guess, when you're watching Dota, isn't it? But he's like I said, Misha can still harass him pretty effectively with Illuminate, but Lion is always going to have the upper hand because he can just Earth Spike and ruin the Illuminate channel. The stun, of course, is going to be better than the burst magic. And for now, when he does start actually getting points into chakra magic, then it's going to become a little bit harder for the line. Because either you stun... Pardon me. Either you stun Sani and you prevent double crit from coming through, or you stun the Coddle and you save yourself from a little bit of magic damage.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You don't really have much of a... Like, I don't think this lane is going to be able to disrupt Sani's farm whatsoever on the Wraith King, especially because he also farms...
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the biggest concerns I have of Night Stalker carry. You know, last time you actually saw a Night Stalker carry, it was actually even after the Ags patch, because North America, very stubborn, they continued to play it a bit afterwards. That was the region also invented it, so no surprise. And... They started playing it not with the Ags, but instead just with the like a normal Night Stalker carry, but like with VP.P, and you just use Dark Ascension, right? Just kind of play that kind of really hardcore Night Stalker. We even see a recent build with Octarine Core with Dark Ascension, just to have perpetual Dark Ascension on this hero, which is a bit of a meme, but not too awful, honestly. We'll see. But the idea is that if you go for any of those builds, because they don't have the Ags the key component, then you usually don't farm as fast as the Wraith King, who also has a really nice farm mechanism. So we'll see what build he's going to go for here, maybe.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a tough lane here. Luckily, he's got Felt. Level 1 Arctic Burn is super nice if only its cooldown was shorter. Obviously, it's got to have a long cooldown level 1 for it to be balanced. But he's really only able to use that anytime they look to get aggressive towards Naive, which, especially now that we've got Anchor Smash level 2, and even the Point and Gush is going to be pretty much every single time he's away from the creep wave like that. So this becomes very challenging, because Felt really needs levels in this lane to make sure that Naive can farm. Otherwise, he is going to die. He's going to die a lot in this lane. Because you could see at any single time, they know Arctic Burn still has a 10-second cooldown. They're going to just look to do as much damage as they can, secure range creeps here, and there's nothing Naive can really do about it. But he's got really good CIS. The problem is so does Celebrity.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, you're not really... I wouldn't say it's a win entirely for Naive, just because Tyrone can still be impactful, but it is better than I would expect in this lane, to be honest. I didn't think the Night Stalker was going to do so well against him. I guess Magic Stick is a big help to Night Stalker, though, honestly. He usually has mana problems early, and you help him out with constant Anchor Smashes. Felto might be in trouble here. They are looking for the kill, but instead Celebrity, he thinks twice about it once he sees that Void. That is a super powerful ability. One of the best single-target nukes in the game.
Yeah, casual 320 damage nuke every 8 seconds. Thank you very much. What is it? What is the slow duration as well? Oh, no duration.
Regeneration.
Oh, no, it does slow, right? Yeah, it does slow for 4 seconds. That's incredible.
For nighttime, of course.
Yeah.
No, the slow is nice, but it's really just the... I mean, honestly, the damage is just so high, and the cooldown is so low at 8 seconds. That's why the Ags build is so useful. I really would like to see the Ags build again. You farm like crazy on Night Stalker. It makes your nighttime like not even relevant. Like, sure, you can fight around nighttime and you're god, but when you fight in daytime, you're also really strong because it deals so much damage. It's kind of ridiculous, that build.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, it's actually... Oh, Falcon Blade for DK. Love to see it. I'm starting to see this a little bit more, actually, instead of the normal Soul Ring you go for on the mid DK.
It's kind of like... I mean, this is all to the Jenkins build.
Is it?
It's just the idea that you need a transitional item. Soul Ring is just not that good anymore, particularly on heroes who don't want armor, like DK, because why do you want the 1.5 armor from Soul Ring? So you just go for Falcon Blade. It's much more useful. You much rather have the HP.
Ah, good point.
So a lot of heroes are realizing, hey, Mana Regen is actually more valuable than Actives. I want to do one of these days, just a chart to see how much Mana Regen, Soul Ring, and Arcane Boots are, and compare them to a lot of the big items. I'd be very curious to see.
What do you mean,
like this?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And see which one actually gives you more mana over time. Because now that people are staying out of their base for longer and they're not going to like initiations, it's not like you need mana for bursts. You now need mana consistently because you're farming with abilities, you're using them, whatever you're doing, you're using your abilities constantly now. Like it used to not be this case in Dota.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. People are ferrying out a lot more regen these days. I mean, how many times in pro games do you just see everyone with a blue ring around them because they're just popping clarities all the time? Everyone's addicted to clarities these days, Alvaro.
It's an epidemic. No, I mean it's the reason why. Oh, we already activated Dragon Form. Interesting. He's like level 6, got a Dragon Form. I mean, the catapult's not even here. Oh, they actually destroyed your catapults. I don't see the point of this. Anyway, the reason why they did that is because there's a constant calculation made by pros in terms of like time versus gold. Like how much is time worth in Dota and how much is gold worth in Dota. And sometimes time can be turned into literal gold by farming, but it's just this constant equation. And there was one point where all pros, after actually watching OpenAI, they kind of realized, maybe I'm overvaluing gold and undervaluing my time. And then all pros gained a lot of self-esteem, and then they started realizing that regen was worth it.
Regen is worth it. Sometimes you've got to work on yourself, and that includes spending a little bit of money. You know, get that self-care.
Dire's middle tower
That's
is
true.
under
It's like
attack.
buying clarity is the equivalent of going to like a mud therapy.
Yeah. Oh no, Invoker just fed his core.
Dire's turret
Here,
has been
Dodrin.
That was
Why?
Was the courier not in front of him?
I don't know. The courier just... He just sent the courier mid. It's because Dodrin, he got his boots delivered. He tried to gank bottom, but he realized, I don't have boots. I'm slow as a snail. And he couldn't kill anything. So he just went back mid lane instead because Laurel was Elder Dragon for him. And he needs to defend, obviously.
That's not very good. That's quite the yikes. That's not ideal.
I like that he's rotating early, and I especially like that he doesn't commit a TP scroll. I will say that those are two very good signs, you know. But the fact he's doing it pre-boots, even on the Wex Invoker, which does give you that bonus move speed, but it's percentage based. So if you have something that just gives you a flat move speed bonus, that's going to help you a lot. I don't know. So it's a little bit of a mistake. He should have stayed mid. It was kind of a bad time though, because there was like a huge wave pushing in his favor that DK was just going to tank and clear, so he couldn't really do anything. But I don't know, farm a small camp or something like that, you know, instead of just kind of wasting your time down bottom. Speaking of bottom, they are going to get a kill here onto Misha. First blood, 7 minutes 45 seconds in.
Not much to that, really.
Bad. Illusion actually TPs. He's only level 3. Yeah, they can't catch these guys. They both have boots, unfortunately. Laurel's back onto this tower, Elder Dragon form number 2, so they're going to have to call a support in. It's going to be Arrow. They'd really like to get a kill here. This would fill up the first 2 charges of the urn. They're bringing in now the Winter Wyvern, but Wyverns are not dragons. We're going to have another stun here in 2 more seconds, another Breathe Fire as well to reduce the damage as they've now brought in Misha and Illusion as they're going to turn onto Arrow, but not before they get the kill onto Laurel, who at least was able to get the experience for the kill onto Arrow, but there's going to be the first 2 urn charges now for Dodrin Invoker, so he can actually now look to successfully gank these side lanes.
What the hell was that speciest comment in the middle of the hypecast?
What did I say?
Wyverns on the dragons.
Wyverns aren't dragons. People on the internet get very upset if you call Wyvern a dragon.
First of all, I've told you many times, you gotta stop calling slacks people on the internet, okay? And second of all, I gotta mention that I don't understand like, it wasn't like relevant to what you were saying.
No, of course not. I was just saying, oh, there's a Wyvern here. Be careful. I was drawing attention. I was drawing attention to the Wyvern because she was providing an Arctic burn slow of, well, not just that, but the health burden of 7%, which is going to be incredibly substantial towards taking down the Dragon Knight.
And is Dragon Knight a dragon?
Oh, he is, yeah. I mean, I don't know, really. Those questions and more will be answered next week on Dota Anime. Right?
I'm so excited.
Is that how it happens?
Yes. You get like a little teaser. And then like, usually like a kid going like, Baka!
No. Here's the shot, right? Here's the shot. It's a
Dire's
kid,
top
but you're
tower
only
is
watching
under
the
attack.
kid's eye, and he's looking up at the sky. He goes, oh, and he looks up at the sky, and then he sees the outline of a dragon flying, you know, and he hears a roar, and he goes, I don't know, Baka, I don't know what that means, and he goes, Baka, and then cue title screen.
You moron, you can't say that. You're a Baka.
Cue title screen. There it is. That's it. That's the anime. There it is.
No,
Netflix. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Yes, Netflix. I will do 6 seasons.
It would have to be like a true Japanese scream, something like seeing the dragon and being impressed, and his like jaw drops. He goes, You can't half-ass it, dude. You can't miss, and you can't insult the Japanese.
I really hope that the DK in the anime buys an Ags though, so he can be Big Black Dragon.
Dire's
That'd be
top
really cool.
tower
That'd be
is
really
under
cool.
attack.
Unironically, I'd be such a fan. Like honestly,
I would be. I agree. I would be really cool. Slacks. So there you go. That's your next pitch for
There it is.
13.
Here's the thing: you need to have an episode that goes an hour long, and then he kills someone on accident, and he drops a ring. He puts on the ring, and he grows
Dire's
150%.
top tower is under attack.
That'd be really interesting, actually, too. Yeah. So I feel like Lara went out with Treads and Falcon, but you're already activated, but you haven't really pushed the tower too much. Invoker's kind of defended it, but now the Invoker's in the point where like, okay, we've lost top. Our Mars can't do the same bottom, unfortunately. We need to do something.
Big
So
gank.
they go top, they kill Celebrity. using Dark Ascension. Celebrity's fighting with all his might against a Night Stalker, but realizes it's not just Night Stalker, it's his whole team behind him, and then immediately gets dropped. Not much you can do in that case. Either you use Ravage there, but you're just too far ahead, right? So, I mean, you gave the farm to Night Stalker, who is going for Midas, so I'm assuming it's not going to be an Ag's game for him. Which I'm sad about, honestly.
Sometimes you see both. Usually you lose those games, but sometimes you see both.
Laurel? There's a Winter's Curse used to set up for the arena. Laurel's gonna survive this for now. They gave him a... What did they give him? Alacrity?
Yep.
What?
They stole it.
Yeah, Illusion stole it. He uses the Laurel as he's stunned. Here you go! Deal more damage.
Get in there with the bonus attack speed.
I don't know why they... That was such a weird play. I was thinking, is the Alacrity offensive for a second? Like, can you use Alacrity to deal damage? Or... That was very weird. But they don't kill the DK, of course. He's not going to die to the Arena Blood. That was a really weird play to make.
More stomps. Big stacks, by the way. Big stacks right now in the Radiant Triangle.
Sunny, wait, in the bottom lane, actually going to die here. Reincarnation lost. DK did have to rotate. He already took the mid tower, right? So that's a perfect rotation. Really well timed. They can get a counter kill off this. This is really bad for them. There's no Arena Blood. Tornado stop him, but Telekinesis will keep Destroyed in place. They need one more stun. They stole the Tornado. My god, Illusion. What a nice little support here. And they get the counter kill Destroyed. Defend the tower. Don't let Wraith King die. Only waste his Reincarnation, which is not that big a deal because level 1, so it'll take you a while to get level 3 anyway.
I always... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And you already took the mid tier 1 tower. Like, this was perfect, honestly. You could not play this better if you were VP Prodigy.
Oh yeah, I agree. Illusion's going to die now, but what I really wanted to point out was actually this Doja and Illusion sort of thing that's currently going on, because game 1, Illusion was styling on him. I called it after the game ended. Let me switch to net worth, by the way, because we're 13 minutes in, lol. But they took the tier 1 tower, as you said already. But they kind of have a little bit of animosity that's going on. And whenever you play Rubik, even in pubs, and you steal a spell from the mid laner, especially someone as flashy as an Invoker, they usually get really pissed, right? So something that was actually kind of adorable, and I have to make this quick because they're going to be getting smoke top, is when they gave the DK Alacrity, and then Dodrin immediately purged it off with Tornado. He was like, nope, you're not using that. Sani, though, he's already used his first life, so he's got no reincarnation. Of course, very long cooldown at well over 3 minutes long, and still 2 minutes to go on that one. So a nice kill top lane for V Gaming.
I'd argue a bit of a mistake to play that aggressively when you already took all the towers, right? Well, at least the 2 main towers, and you just lost reincarnation level 1. Like, you don't need to be that advanced to lane, but the triangle is pretty much free for you. There's a couple of stacks I see in this triangle as well. That well, one mega stack actually. Trying to get the Wraith King, so that's great. Or Tidehunter actually could take it too. Depends on who you value a bit more early. And your team is even creating space down bottom. Like, this Dragon and Tidehunter are kind of carrying the Wraith King forward right now. There's nothing that he needs to do except for farm, really. And that's all you need to do, farm and not die. Whereas Laurel and Celebrity will make sure that this map is as big as you could ever ask for. Night Stalker did indeed not go for the Axe, and go for the Mask of Madness Blink Dagger build, so it's been this is a kind of carry build that we've seen. After, like, post Aghanim's nerf Night Stalker, this is the build that was very popular on him.
Well, I think this camp is stacked. I think they stacked it 4 times. I see 2 Hellbear Smashers, 2 Centaurs, and a Satyr Tormentor.
I believe that is... I think so.
Right?
So, like...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So 5 total creep camps.
Oh, right? they've scouted it, though.
Bad.
Oh, this is actually so bad. Oh my god, this is so bad. Destroy can farm this, like, super easily.
Yeah, there is. This is really bad. They have to go to defend. Look at Tidehunter. He's like, Ravage is worth the stack.
I will ravage you. Oh, it's for him.
Yeah, it's for him. I mean, he's the easiest one to take it more than Wraith King, so I think it makes sense.
All right, so they're going to use this time. They know that they're busy taking a stack, so they're going to take Misha's life. See you later, old man.
Oh,
they're going to let him live?
He's too nimble. He's too lean. He's unkillable.
He's too quick. Nope, they got him.
You've seen your
Infused Raindrops, be damned. They got the kill. They're going to go for Illusion as well. Down he goes. And, okay, we finished farming the stack here on Celebrity. He's more than halfway towards his blink all of a sudden, so that's nice.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, did he? Oh, that feels bad.
It wasn't the full stack. A lot of the big creeps got taken by Invoker, unfortunately, so Celebrity's not as happy as he could be. As you can see by the fact that he has not really made any... Like, he's made some headway, but not too much into the Blink Dagger or creeps. They're still kind of farmed, though, and Invoker's still falling behind, so I don't think you're in a bad position yet. I mean, you know your late game is better than enemy teams anyway. I don't expect Night Stalker to be able to man-fight the Wraith King towards late game, honestly. Even with Midas.
I wonder what those 3 circles are for that Misha just drew on the map.
Oh, we draw them so we can figure them out.
He drew one in the triangle. He drew one kind of covering mid and the jungle between like the mid tier 1 and the bottom tier 2 and Dire. And then he drew another triangle kind of where Laurel is running right now.
Oh, right now.
Oh yeah, there's another triangle. Yep, that's exactly it. Maybe he's saying, hey, this is the safe farm here.
Yeah, maybe.
Genuinely, I'm kind of curious.
I think so. Probably that.
Because Misha, he's quite renowned for being a great captain, isn't he? Sorry.
The enemy's gonna gank this area next. Enemy's gonna gank this area next. Right about this one.
Dire
Laurel?
are
He has blink now, so he's not too scared. Oh, Cuddle is just yeeting out of here. He's not staying for T. Neither is Laurel, though. He's gonna die. Too much magical damage. No one Defiance to help him out. Illusion came by. Wraithing as well had recalled. Destroy does have the arena blood. That's why they want to kill him first. And the Curse of Burn is almost set up for the arena. Instead, it gets stolen. They kill Destroyed regardless. And Felt, you're going to suffer a bit of your own medicine. So that's going to be VP.P taking down 2 in exchange for their own mid laner. Not the best of trades for them. But it's okay. They're using recall kind of effectively here.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Misha's just immediately back top. He says, don't worry, have this big old wagon for you. He's got now Radiance completed on this Wraith King, so his farm's about to take off. He's back top lane. He's got Reincarnation level 2. Got a kill down bottom. Forced out a couple of ultis. They defended the tier 1 tower. It's looking pretty good for VP.P right now, honestly. A lot of things in their favor.
Yeah, I agree. It was looking quite nice here, VP.P. I feel like this early game went exactly as they wanted it to, which is not too great for the enemy team, right? Don't let them snowball. That's all you needed. And now, again, I don't know. I've seen this build before, the Mask of Madness, like super hardcore Night Stalker. It does fail all the time. The reason why they buy Mask, by the way, actually, Misha Tornado, and he's going to go down. The reason why I've seen this Mask build is that it's like you go Midas and Mask, and those 2 items are enough to give you the farming ability you require, particularly during the daytime, to actually stay relevant during the game. And then with those 2 items, you are capable of just itemizing into a more traditional carry with the damage Dark Ascension provides. It's not bad. The thing is, it's not bad. It's not good enough against DK Wraithing, right? These 2 heroes particularly also deal well with your build because Wraithing has 2 lives, so he can't be bursted down by your Mask of Madness Dark Ascension, and DK has armor for days, so you also don't deal too much physical damage to him.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I think there's a reason we don't see too much Mask of Madness these days anymore either. I think maybe sometimes on the Luna, in the like very rare, here's a little bit of a pun, once in a blue moon we'll see like a Luna carry that doesn't build eggs, and it's just traditional, you know, S and Y into like Dragonlance, Mask of Madness, but we just don't see this item too much anymore.
So, wait, what was that a pun because Luna is blue?
Well, you know, and she's got lunar beams.
Oh, right.
And that's her name. And she is blue, and her name is Luna, so, you know, it's kind of... It's got layers. It's like an onion, right?
Luna means moon, and the moon is in space, and space is blue.
And also, Luna is a very cute cat, so...
Our old roommate's cat was called Luna. She is a very cute cat. Attention hog, though. Quite the attention.
Oh, definitely. But that's kind of what's the word? She was very irresistible. It made her very irresistible. Like, she would walk into your room and just plop herself down, and you'd be like, all right, I guess I can pet you.
She just likes the easy ones, what can I say? I liked Nova because she was harder to get.
It's because she would run away from him.
She would, yeah. I would catch her because I'm human.
Yeah, somehow, right? Of course, because of course, cats. I mean, they're some of the smartest beings to ever exist.
Almost have Tidehunter, huh? This is going to be a big point of inflection because DK is struggling against magical damage, but the pipe is a good idea. I usually don't like pipe on offlaners, but I feel like this build that he went for, he actually even skipped the hood. He went straight for the pipe, huh?
Yeah, I actually kind of think it's a good idea as well. I mean, Mars Arena's a crap ton of damage, so is Arrow. But even that, Dodrin has gone for Witchblade on top of Boots of Travel, so he's pretty online as far as Quas, Wex, and Vokers go. Starting to transition now into putting some more points into Exhort and actually dealing even more magic damage. So it's a very crucial time to be blocking a lot of magic damage, like you're saying, with even a mech on top. They were setting that trap for a long time, but eventually it paid off as they'll get the kill onto Arrow. It does cost them just actually nothing. They don't even use a single ulti there. Nice job.
Pretty good for them. A little tornado, not going to catch Celebrity either. That's good, because Celebrity right now is doing the little Timbersaw play where he's like, guys, I swear I'm immortal, and then the enemy team just finds out that he's not really that immortal. But with Pipe is going to help him out a bit. I mean, yeah, not with a Pipe. I would like to see an AC actually on the Wraithing as well. I feel like if you get Pipe and AC on this team, you pretty much mitigate all sorts of damage to the enemy team. They really do like sustained damage. They have a good amount of burst, but they're lacking sustained damage due to their weaker scary. And maybe Mars has to itemize himself. I feel like Celebrity needs to have more farm priority than Invoker. and he just needs to itemize himself to be a secondary carry just for the late game. Because otherwise, you're not really going to have enough to deal with DK Wraith King. These are two tanky heroes. Wraith King even went for Heaven's Halberd. That is huge. If you Heaven's Halberd the Night Stalker during Mask of Madness, that's 3 seconds of the, I think it's, what, 8-second duration? No, 6 seconds. So that's half of the Mask of Madness duration that you're pretty much taking away from the Night Stalker. You can also...
you're completely right. I was actually focusing on a different thing here. I was looking at, because another problem that Pipe has, especially when you build mech, is it costs 300 mana just to use your items on Tidehunter, right? That's so much, because your ulti is another 200 on top of that. Anchor Smash plus Gush makes that up to 300, and that's literally 2/3 of your mana pool for using each of your things once, right? Which is pretty frequent if you're a Tidehunter. But he's got mana boots. Illusion has also gone for mana boots, and he's not dissembled these into the more common Aether Lens, because honestly, they need the mana boots this game. So I think that's a really, really good play from Illusion here.
And of course, Chakra Magic also exists, but I completely
agree. Oh, Chakra Magic, yeah, duh. But, I mean, they want to compete Chakra Magic and Sani.
Same thing. They understand this. They know. It's not just him, though. DK is also in a similar position where he can easily lose mana, so mana boots is kind of important here. Ooh, they impaled him against the wall, not against the arena's walls, which are not ideal.
No.
He ends up with Naive, though. They have taken most of the mana away from Sani. He will regain it with Chakra Magic, and that's going to be Reincarnation. We still have the Ravage available. Is Celebrity going to use it? He is holding on to it for a while, finally committing to it, as he realizes that they're not going to get a better Ravage in this team fight, and they want to at least kill 2 heroes. Not too bad. Laurel still has a Dragon Tail, but he did lose Dragon's Form. Exciting to have Reincarnation. Maybe not the ideal time to go in, but they're going to go for Lion anyway. That's going to secure the kill. Yes, Arrow is down for the count. As Sani also in trouble, no BKB. They catch more Dodrin though with the Dragon Tail. Tide walks in, and that's going to be enough to murder Dodrin. Easy pickings for VP Prodigy. And they realize Night Stalker's just not strong enough. He can't fight us, so they're gonna go for a lane of Rax. Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Wyvern didn't buy back there for a Winter's Curse when they were kind of going a little bit too crazy for the dives. Not for the Lion, of course. Lion is fine. He can die, and here's Wyvern now. Okay, well, there's the buyback. I'm surprised there's no tips out from VP.P, but we'll see that they could still very realistically turn this one into a couple pickoffs, but now they're going to respect the Wyvern buyback. They're just going to leave Celebrity out in front, hide behind him. Invoker's back up in 7 seconds. Arena's back available, but we're going to be quite a long time here until it's nighttime again, because there's another 45 seconds till there's Dark Ascension, and it's just too hard to fight right now.
Top tower.
Yeah, that was rough.
He just didn't do enough, right? He could kill one of Wraithing's life at best, and that was all he could muster. And that was also Wraithing that was heavily out of position, not BKB. No BKB on him, sorry. No Heaven's Halberd either. No Assault Cuirass. Nothing that would help him save himself from the Night Stalker's damage. And Night Stalker's next item is still a Blink Dagger, which is great because he needs to kill the supports first in these team fights, but also sucks because Blink Dagger will not help you murder the cores.
And, pardon me, if this game goes long enough, which unfortunately I don't really think it will, and this is going to be super late because there's so many more items that a carry Night Stalker needs to be online before you can consider upgrading the Blink. But actually, Overwhelming Blink is a great item on a carry Night Stalker. He's probably one of the better candidates to actually use
it. It's very strong. Yeah, I agree. Because he the slow he utilizes well to catch supports. The damage is really nice because he has good strength gain as well.
Yeah. He's one of the best candidates, honestly, for using a Strength Wing, because in most cases, even on heroes like Night Stalker, and with this Mask of Madness build, I might still consider, especially because his 25 talent gives him plus 80 Hunter in the Night attack speed. A Swift Blink is still, sometimes it sounds really good, but like you said, because of his strength gain, it does sound very enticing for sure. We'll see.
For the no. Let's see.
What's his shard here? Hunter in the Night. He can cast Hunter in the Night. Consumes a lesser creature, instantly killing it, restoring 25% of his maximum HP and mana. Can only be cast on non-player units. Interesting.
Oh, Dragon Tail destroyed. Careful. Goodbye. Telekinesis. You bring it back.
Behind.
Yeah, they are going to kill the Coddle like this. Wow, that's a lot of damage for the support. Coddle both dead. However, the Invokers swirl against Laurel. They try to go for the Tidehunter, realizing that it's impossible. Naive. He just cannot kill any cores right now. So the two teams will trade supports, happily using all their big items, but not all their big ultimates, because Reincarnation and Ravage are both available, and soon Dark Ascension will run out of time. Laurel still has the blink dagger. Should be able to catch up to the Night Stalker relatively easily. Doesn't blink though. Doesn't see him.
It's still nighttime, unfortunately, right? So that's quite literally the only reason Naive is going to be able to leave. It's still nighttime naturally. The Dark Ascension time has ended, but the Destroyer is going to be in a bad spot. The Invoker Tornado is going to split the gap, and that should then give him enough confidence to Roche, especially because the supports are now back and respawning. Not a bad initiation by Naive, I would say. I think it was a good effort.
It was a good effort, but the problem is that your 3 cores just weaken him 3 cores. So if you trade supports, like he's gonna lose every single fight. Right? That's the problem. Laurel does find the Night Stalker. Okay, with the help of Wraith Team, they should be able to kill actually the enemy core. That's incredible. That's Naive down for the count. Ravage committed just to murder Dodrin.
Great Winter
But
Curse.
Winter Curse will save his life here. Celebrity's not gonna die to it. But Laurel can't catch up to the Invoker. And that's the 3rd time the Roshan has been interrupted. Finally, they're gonna go back. Just Roshan.
Yeah.
Roshan's like, you tease me, like he's singing the hot and cold song.
Listen, are you gonna kill me or not? Are we doing this?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There he goes. Yes, the answer is yes, eventually, although he does get plenty of batches out before he goes. Alrighty. 8K net worth lead. Of course, again, net worth lead is not really super indicative. It's right now just Sonny is just a beast. He's got enough money for BKB. He doesn't even need Aegis, of course, he's got one built in, so they get it to the DK. He's got his own BKB, 9-second duration next. Going into the Orchid. That's a curious item. Orchid. Obviously, it's not going to be for Night Stalker because he's got his own BKB. It's not for Mars because he's got his own BKB. Is it for a support? Because Invoker's nearly got his completed as well, and they must know. Like, is DK just gonna jump like the Wyvern and Silencer and then just kill her?
I think so. It must be. I can't imagine what else you'd like to silence. Lion is also a decent silence target,
True,
right?
true.
To get rid of all the hexes, so it's instant, right? Because you can't Dragon Tail the Lion, because he can hex you before that.
Of
if
course.
You don't have to be committed.
Yeah.
But if you Orchid, then you get rid of that. They're like, oh wow, bounty? Mid 27 bounty, sure.
Yeah, it's percolated a little bit.
No, it hasn't actually.
No, I know. They don't do that. It's just a fun word to say.
Percolated?
Percolate.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Thank you,
middle
Richie.
tower
Teaching
is
us all
under
English.
attack.
Yeah, it's my Webster's word of the day. What can I say?
What was my word of the day a couple days ago?
Superfluous.
Ah, yes. He remembers. Look at this.
Of course I
Richie will
remember.
not remember his fucking sister's middle name, but he'll remember.
My sisters don't have middle names. My family doesn't do middle names because I don't have
All
them.
right.
Dire's top
Thanks,
tower
American.
is
So,
under
yeah.
attack.
I don't remember my sister's middle name.
What a terrible brother.
Well, can you remember something that doesn't exist, Alvaro?
Yeah.
All right.
My aspirations to be a cast.
Ah, there it is. There's the jump in. Destroyed. Okay, they're going to try and go here first for Celebrity, but he's purged off. The arena stun, but the Finger of Death will do him in. He's going to buy back, though. Hexed up and in some danger is Laurel. Sunstrike's not going to be enough damage to finish him off as they, I think, miscommunicated there. They ended up dropping the Winner's Curse just to make sure Sonny doesn't get the kill and the stun onto Dojin.
Dire's middle tower
But yeah, but
is
they
under
lost the
attack.
opportunity to counter-initiate.
Yeah.
Terran's already back against Ravage, so they know they can fight this. Like, they've already used... that was a good combo, especially with
Dire's
Alacrity,
middle
right?
tower
I think you...
has fallen.
No, he doesn't have the Alacrity talent yet, but still, it's pretty strong Alacrity now, at the point that Night Stalker doesn't need
Dire's
any more
bottom barracks
items,
are under attack.
realistically, to deal
Dire's
damage.
bottom
But of course, the issue was that
barracks
also, there's 2 there, right? So that was easier initiation than usual, and you've already used all your tools to deal with them. Nighttime is also going to end soon. You have 30 more seconds as nighttime, and then you still have 40 seconds till your next charge at Dark Ascension. It's going to be a tough one. They're going to go now for the melee racks. Let's see.
Dire's bottom
I feel like these
barracks are under
mid racks
attack.
should be relatively easy to take for them while Ravage is up. You have nothing to interrupt the Ravage. Even Arena Blood is not good enough, and it's not even up.
It's not good enough. I mean, it was a great first kill. I will admit, nice coordination there. They immediately jump on BKB's active and the whole lot, even hexing up the DK. But he doesn't use his BKB. He's still got a 9-second duration. He still has Aegis. He very wisely recognized he was not the target of that kill, so there's no
Dire's
need for him
middle
to
tower
go all
is under
defensive,
attack.
right? So really heads up play there from the DK because they're still super strong, and there's going to be the jump onto the Wyvern. Down she goes. Here another EMP. Okay, it's going to be for the Coddle. He will go down. Arrow has the damage for Misha. Illusion as well has been located. Destroyed pops his BKB. He's got Arena if he wants to try and turn this one around, but they're already out of the ice wall, so it seems a bit difficult, and they're just going to reset for the push mid. I think our Invoker's going to go bounty rune hunting as well. That might be enough to give buyback to actually a couple of heroes. It'll give buyback to Mars. It'll give buyback to Lion. So quite a consequential errand run that Dodron is making here. He's not going to go any further, though, because, of course, heroes are missing off the map, and the triangle's a prime place to be farming. Oh, he's going to go for it. But Ghost walked. Nice play.
Nice,
Bounty
yeah.
rune stolen. Oh,
Bounty rune stolen, gold secured.
He's trying to bait it? Okay, he's not going to take the bounty. Well, now he is. Is he? Come on, Robert Frost. Are you going to take it or not? All right. He's done it.
Again, the fucking poem is that no matter what path you take, it's the same result anyway, so people should stop complaining.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the same result.
Anyway. You die. Oh, maybe not. AKB?
Oh, the team's here?
Yeah, actually, it was a really good bait, I think so, because the Titan's going to die relatively soon. That's the dieback for him, so there's no Ravage for this teamfight for sure.
What?
It's up to the 2K and to the Wraith King to fight this properly. Can they do so, is the question. Now, Alacrity on Night Stalker is winning them the game right now. They do find the Lion. It'll be too hard to finish him off, unless the Spear, bring him to the low ground. They're just leaving them supposed to die. Winter's Curse used on the Wraith King as Misha just starts to outrun all the damage in the world. Now, finally, both supports are dead, so it's only 2 heroes against 5. How are they going to win this any longer? I don't think Sunny wants to fight this either. There's no more BKBs on them either. Agent is still available for Laurel, but they just don't have the sustained damage. Finally, they do stun up Sunny, and with the second round of Alacrity, they're finding this pretty well. Reincarnation, though, still up. Heaven's Halberd saving Sunny. And again, they're still not dying.
It's daytime.
They're lacking damage. The Frog is doing more right now than Destroyed is. He might just die to the Radiant's Burn, and he will. Naive can't deal with that DK or the Wraith King. And the last Deafening Blast will also be irrelevant because it doesn't actually kill the Wraith King again. Arrow in a similar position does have one final Hex. There was no Orchid yet available. In comes Sunny as well, but without the mana to actually stun Arrow, he's going to be capable of getting out of here alive. In the end, a good team for V Gaming, probably the best team fight they could muster, but still lost because DK and Wraith King are unkillable. I would suggest the Wraith King buys a shard, by the way.
Yeah, they're just too damn strong, aren't they? Holy moly. I mean, it feels like they do no damage at all, and to some extent, they actually are doing no damage. 4,800 is an impressive amount, 4,200 especially for our Mars, but Invoker, he's just here to buff people up and look to lock them down. Unfortunately, he's just not really this Quas Exhort Invoker. He's unable to land these spell combos. He didn't even throw a meatball in that fighter. If he did, it didn't connect. BKBs, what's going on back here? It's Dodron?
The Ghost used Misha to save his life. Dodron just went in, activated BKB. They're following after him. Glimmer Cave to control him, but the Winter's Curse gives him enough time. Sunny still committed to this Dodron kill. Used Wraith Fire Blast. The man is a shard now, so he's not afraid to die. And Dodron's dead. That's perfect. They don't have Dragon Tail though for the high ground, but they killed Dodron, which is a win. They did use your BKBs though there, at least the Dragon Knight's one, so it's not too bad. AC though up on the DK, making him kind of invulnerable. Lion the next target. Lion gets decimated. There's the Arena Blood counter initiation. Celebrity, can he finally use the Ravage? They didn't spear him to the wall properly, which means they're lacking the damage here. He could still just use it, but the BKB stops him.
Wow.
And Ravage drop, not effective against Naive, who's a bit too strong thanks to the Alacrity. Instead, the Construct are destroyed, and they will guarantee the kill. Felt in a similar position. They need a bit more magical damage. Felt is just dying to the Radiance, and the Illuminate will finish him off. Sunny, still with Reincarnation, level 3, mind you, off cooldown. He wants to just sacrifice his life. They don't want Laurel to die, though, as Naive goes in with round number 2.
Illusion!
Deafening Blast will stop him. Sunny still on the backline, trying to catch up, and they will finish off Arrow. This time, the second time the support dies, and Naive in a similar position will fall, and he was not saving for buyback, so he will fall for a whole 80 seconds, in which VP.P might just eliminate you from the tournament.
Yeah, I think that's that, unfortunately. Illusion! What a player! I mean, listen, they're so far up right now that it's like, I mean, he still has incredible impact in these fights, though. He actually, what a Deafening Blast, completely just ruins the Night Stalker's night, because it's not really his day, is it? As Dodron, he's trying for this backline, as Misha, though, is not going to get hit by the Sunstrike. Ghost Scepted up, he will still eventually die. As Dodron, he's probably just going to BKB, maybe TP away, might not get the chance, because Sani's got a Basher already, and there's the second crit refresh. And there's going to be the last one to fall here. Sani with 3 kills, and that should just about end the game here. And that should be V Gaming eliminated. GG, well played is called. Naive, unfortunately, will not be seeing him officially on a team, or at least we won't be seeing him qualifying, because he might end up as a stand-in. We won't see V Gaming in the DPC Season 2, as they are eliminated by VP.P, who advance to the second round of the lower brackets. Well played. Illusion, holy moly.
What?
He was great in that last fight. Great.
Yeah, Illusion. I mean, in general, VP Prodigy was pretty insane. I feel like Illusion this whole game has been an incredible Rubik, but I feel like VP Prodigy, particularly, their draft was just superior. They played a much better. Like their idea was just more consistent. And even though I was a big fan of the Night Stalker, I think the Night Stalker pick was interesting. If anything, I also thought it was very difficult to execute. So no surprise to me that VP Prodigy ends up winning with a more consistent draft. In terms of matches, is the other match still going on?
I don't know. I think maybe. Let me see.
Checking. It is still going on. Oh, they're actually on the third match now, I believe.
Oh, already for Top Rita?
Well, I'll check because there's only one person watching, so I'm presuming. Oh, what I was gonna say is, guys, I'm gonna take a. Well, I wouldn't say small break. I need to go deal with some houses issues. Oh, second match still.
Yeah, one of his vacation houses is sprung a leak.
Obviously,
Is it the one in Monaco or is it the one in Shanghai? Which one is it this time?
I'm buying a new one in Andorra. That's where the new. That's the YouTuber fan. That's where you clean it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but seriously, guys, I just need to deal with some things. So my trip back home, so I can see my family. So I'll be gone for like around an hour, and then I'll come back with the next series of the day. I'll leave you guys in the able hands of Richie. You can do whatever you want, Richie, on my
Able.
channel.
No, normally you see when people leave they say capable, not able, but you know.
No, I mean able. I don't think you're
Dire's
capable.
bottom tower
think
is
you're
under
able.
attack. Dire are
Well,
scanning.
alrighty then. I will take that in stride, and good luck dealing with your personal issues. See you later. All right, he's off the call, boys. We've done it. We've taken his channel. His channel is ours. All the Darky fans are out of here now. So they're still in game 2 here. So we'll catch this one because I believe the matches are going to be starting on time. In case you guys want to take a look at the bracket yourselves, you can go ahead and type !tournament in the chat to get links to the Liquipedia. But right now, after this, the upper bracket round 2s are going to start. I actually do not know which one I want to cover. Almost Disbanded were very good, yes. Very good yesterday. They were the ones to knock out Top Rita. But we'll see here if Top Rita can actually take a game off of Why Try. Let me throw up some signs here. Oh, whoa, we're fighting. Okay, Ravage, great Supernova placement. Holy moly. And actually, my goodness, this is a really mean draft. They are going to win this fight. Oh, they didn't quite get the kill into Nobody Knows, but it looks like he gave up anyway, and he died to the Illusions. Good Soulbind, or good Stolen, actually, was that? What stunned those guys? Rubik, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention in that team fight. But great fight, though. Holy moly, great fight from Top Rita. Let me go ahead and throw up our thing. Just so we can see who is who. There's OBS. Okay, Top Rita, left team is Y Try. Right? No, I did that wrong.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Invisibility!
Alrighty. Cut to that. There we go. To